Hey guys, Ethan, I'm here with another interview for you guys, and today I'm here with Northwestghost. So how you
So
doing, bro?
I'm good, bro. I'm chilling, just vibing.
Yeah. So how's it? So I guess the first question is, what's it like living in Scotland?
I don't even live in Scotland,
I'm
bro.
fucking around. I'm fucking around. It's Northern England.
Yeah, bro. I was about to say that. I'm about to get on TDK for that.
I stole that joke from TDK.
Yeah, innit?
Uh, all right. So what was it like growing up in Northern England?
um, Terrible. Literally, there's. I don't really want to like roast the place, but it's just kind of like a dead area. You know what I mean? Like, there's just kind of no culture to it. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, just not really a lot to do.
But
Just there's not really a lot to
yeah, yeah,
do.
exactly. Yeah, there's not a lot to do. Like it's just like football stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. You don't play cricket?
Basically,
I'm just kidding.
nah, bro.
I'm
I mean, I,
kidding.
I used to play. I played cricket when I was about 8, but nah, man, not really,
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't expect that many people to actually like cricket. Like,
bro. Cricket was good back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to play on the field with my dad and that. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So, what were some of your like early inspirations? Like, I know you've told me a lot about how like Team Sesh and like early
yeah,
Rain Cloud was a
yeah,
huge
yeah, yeah,
inspiration
yeah.
for you.
Well, I actually started. I mean, I've been writing music for like a long time, from since I was about 7 or 8. So, I mean, actually, it was just like whatever was on the radio. Like at the time, it was like Tiny Temple and like stuff like that. Like basically just like pop rap. That
Yeah,
kind of started me off. I used to write stuff like that because I didn't know anything else. I didn't know there was like any other type of rap. You know what I mean?
yeah. So, how did like Team Sesh get in the mix and like all that underground stuff?
When did I get into them?
Yeah, like when'd you get like when'd you start listening to like the whole like the underground
Yeah,
scene?
yeah, yeah. But I was late to that scene, bro. It was
Yeah,
only like a few years ago, honestly. But
yeah,
well, I mean, my brother used to listen to them like a lot. My brother listens to both. Like my brother listened to like Sexual Water Boys like very early on, like
yeah.
2014 maybe.
Oh
And he used to
wow.
play them. He used to play them, and he used to play Suicide Boys, and he used to play Ramirez, and who else he used to play? He used to
Yeah,
and like yeah, he used to play all them like just around me, and I was listening to like Hobson and like
yeah,
Eminem and just like lyrical rappers. And I
yeah,
remember thinking I was like, dude, these guys are okay, but like I never really like listened. It was just kind of like background music. And then
yeah,
when I started, it was like the Caves EP by Xavier Wolf and Bones that I properly listened to. And I was like, these guys are literally like making the kind of music that I was like subconsciously trying to make without really realizing. So yeah, that was crazy. That was like a few years ago, and after that, literally, I've listened to that them just like every single day.
yeah. I feel like, and like you mentioned Hobson earlier, I feel like what's interesting about Hobson is like how much he's like loved and then hated in the industry at the same
Bro,
time.
I don't, yeah, bro, I don't even listen to the guy anymore, bro.
Yeah,
He's just so negative. I mean, he's not as bad anymore, but
yeah,
yeah, I feel
like
like it's like a phase for everyone that listens to hip
yeah,
hop to like have like that point where
yeah,
they think they're superior because they listen to like a lyrical rapper.
yeah. They're just like, oh,
But yeah,
I've ascended I've ascended above everyone else.
yeah,
I am
exactly.
I am a god.
But that was me at one point. Obviously, like I used to
Oh
listen to
yeah.
like all them kind of rappers. I used to think mumble rap was trash. I used to think Playboy Kai was cancer. Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
I
All
used to be like that, but like more with like rock music. It was kind of weird.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like I used to
yeah.
like
Actually, that yeah.
yeah, like I grew up
Well,
around like a lot of rock. Like my dad played
yeah,
like
yeah,
the Stooges, Bad Brains,
yeah, 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 yeah,
Black
yeah.
Flag. Who else?
Black Flag, don't. Yeah.
Yeah, Black Flag is crazy. I keep seeing these like Black Flag Bernie shirts, and I'm like subconsciously like wanting one.
Bro, all them kind of t-shirts are just sick, but it's just
Yeah.
like, you know, they're good when people that don't even listen to them start wearing them. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, like you get like I saw this one video from this one YouTuber. I can't remember his name. I think Jared something. He
Is he the metal YouTuber?
yeah, he's like the
He
metal
does about
guy.
like people wearing t-shirts
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that they
He
don't
he
listen to the. Yeah,
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 he
yeah,
like
yeah.
walked up to a
Yeah.
bunch of people and he's like, "All right, name me 3 songs by like Tool or something." And like, like people were just like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't really
Yeah,
have a
they're
problem
just
with it.
completely clueless.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
nah, I mean, it's just whatever, innit? It's just
people can wear what they
is what it
want.
is.
I
But yeah,
mean,
that's it. Sorry,
no, go ahead.
but yeah, that's another thing. I used to listen to like a lot of like Linkin Park. Kind of, I kind of like listened to hip hop and then stopped listening to and started listening to rock, and then I kind of
Yeah.
got back into hip hop, and now I listen to both. So yeah,
Yeah. Like I feel like lately for me is like I was always into rock and then I had this like
yeah,
weird EDM pop phase in like
yeah,
2014.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
remember
Everyone was into EDM then,
everyone
bro.
was like listening to like NCS. Like I swear like
Yeah,
it's what
yeah.
everyone was listening to like
Skrillex.
Alan Skrillex. Actually never
Yeah, yeah.
got into Skrillex. I liked more
The,
like
bro,
it was more
who
like
did you listen to?
Alan Walker, a little bit of Fat
Yeah,
Rat, a lot of
yeah,
Tobu. I remember a lot of
yeah.
Tobu, and just like basically whatever was on NCS, I was just bumping that up until
It's
maybe
it's
like yeah,
it's,
um
it's crazy because that scene like came up so quick and then it was like so big and then it just died like
yeah
as quick as it came.
yeah like the whole dubstep scene and like
Yeah, yeah.
EDM festivals are still like a huge thing, but like I don't know, I just
The
feel
li-
like yeah. I don't know. I just feel like if I was gonna have to enjoy an EDM concert, I have to be off some LSD.
yeah,
I have to
bro,
be
that's
tripping
true,
at
that, bro.
Yeah, I feel like to get enjoyment out of a EDM concert, you got to be tripping acid, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just that kind of music, and it's like
Yeah,
it's
it
just
is.
crazy.
Yeah, but anyways, so bringing this more back to current times, so how did you meet Tita Kaseshu and then join Intergalactic?
And bro, yeah, this is a good story, bro. TDK, I've known for like I don't even know, bro. He's probably the longest person that I've known through music. I think, except yeah, he's like what he's one of the like first people that I met. I knew him
Yeah,
since before he even made music. Because you know you're like an artist and you make music, so you kind of talk to a lot of people. I remember at
yeah,
first he was just like one of those people that I used to talk to every now and then.
yeah,
But then, yeah, eventually he just became like he's basically my brother now. You know what I'm saying? That I call both of them
yeah,
Emmanuel as well. Like
yeah,
my
Emmanuel.
brothers.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, Emmanuel's cool as fuck. But yeah. So sorry. TD. Yeah. So we knew this guy called like Dark Rose that like used to make like weird kind of like lo-fi hip hop, but he was like really bad. And we both knew him, and I used to talk to him sometimes, but he was like super arrogant and he didn't really like me, I think. And then
yeah. We
TDK
don't
also
fuck
knew
with
him.
arrogant people.
Yeah, yeah, bro. It's just rapper ego. But yeah. And then I think he blocked me at some point, Dark Rose. And then I don't even know, but and then me and TD, yeah, 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 we're in a group chat together. That's what it was. And
Yeah,
then I just talked to him most out of the group chat. And then I remember I know we just got closer and closer. And he was like, I might start making music. And I was like, yeah, bro, do it. And I honestly thought that he wouldn't be still doing it at this point. I thought it was like a phase, but obviously I'm going to support it, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
I didn't think he was going to be that good. But yeah, bro, like I've seen the whole, you know what I'm saying? Like for TDK, I've been there for literally like day one. So
yeah.
yeah,
It's
I'm just proud of like what he's doing now and like just him as an artist because it is actually just crazy to see. I say this to him all the time, you know what I'm saying? Like he's had one of the best growths of like an artist that I've seen, especially considering how young he is and like how
yeah,
long he's actually been making music for.
yeah. It was
Yeah, man.
crazy.
Both
Yeah.
of them, both of them are just cool people, bro. Honestly, they're like the coolest people you could have in a collective.
Exactly. And like I remember like talking to Wesley about I mean I've been doing this like YouTube thing for like probably I'd say almost 6 years now at this point.
Damn. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I created my
That's
channel
crazy.
July 14th of 2014. It's been
Yeah.
wild. I've been doing it since I was like 10, but like, like music is like, I
Yeah.
feel like music, like with YouTube, like it's a whole different like ballpark. Like
Yeah, yeah,
it's a
yeah,
lot
yeah,
more
yeah.
into it. So like when he told me he would start, cause like he's like, I think he's like 7 months older than me. Yeah. Isn't his
All right,
birthday,
okay.
isn't his birthday coming up like this month?
I don't even know, bro, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. I
I think he
probably
told,
should do, but I
yeah.
don't.
Both of us were born in '03, but I was born in November, but I think he was born like
Oh,
April
damn.
or something.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, three,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So when he told me like he started making music in like it was like late 2016, I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think I was like,
I think it was later than that actually. I think it was more like late 2017. I might be wrong, but yeah,
really? Because
I can't remember exactly.
I remember him telling me it was like late 2016. I don't know. It was
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
he's been doing it for a long since he was young. All right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But like Lil Skies, I remember like I think he said in an interview the first time he recorded a track, he was like 4 or something.
Yeah, yeah, same, bro. I remember the first track that I ever recorded, Touch and Go, was yeah, bro. I mean, I can't remember it, but I recorded it on an iPod Nano that my brother owned to like a backing track that still had the vocals in, and I
Yeah.
was like 7 or 8. So yeah, like I've just been doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's just been one of those things that I've just always been doing, to be honest. And I didn't really take it seriously until a few months ago, to be honest with you. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just I've just been doing it for a long time.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy like watching like you said like with Wesley and like just like seeing artists like start from like, really small to like, seeing them
Yeah,
grow. Like one of the guys on my collective, shout out to 1221.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but him like I remember like he recorded his first track like in the room I'm in right now. But
Damn, really?
yeah, he recorded the
That's
first
cool as
track.
fuck.
Yeah. It was like it was like a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. It was like August of 2018. And,
Yeah,
he just came in here. I had on it. Yeah, it was like my old mic. It was like this $50 mic I got off at Amazon like back in
yeah,
2016 when I started doing
yeah,
commentary stuff. And like we would just and it's kind of crazy because like I don't have like a proper mic stand. I have like one of those boom arms, that like that they
yeah,
use
yeah,
on like
yeah,
podcasting. So I just like
yeah,
put that up to like its max height, and he would just stand there, and I was just sitting here, and we were on GarageBand, and we just took this beat that
yeah,
one of my
yeah, yeah.
classmates made, and we just
Bro,
made it, no
low
mixing,
key,
no
look,
nothing. It was just that's it.
low
And
key. That's like the best way to make music, in my opinion. Like I've been to studios like a long time ago, and
yeah,
it's just not the same. Like making it from your bedroom with your friends is just
it's more
it
wholesome.
like it's just that's just the best way. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's
Yeah.
just most genuine. So yeah,
Yeah, I got videos on my phone of my friends going crazy, just like in this room. Like one of my friends' bedrooms, like we just got like our whole collective. Shout out to the rest of my collective, i.e. But
yeah,
we got
man.
like all the
So
guys
you've
together.
literally seen like the whole
Oh,
phase
I've
of
seen
your
the whole
friends
thing.
like
I've seen
making
all these
music.
guys just grow from
That's so sick, man.
yeah. I got like I'm working on a documentary right now with them. I got like footage of them just going crazy from like day
Damn,
one.
bro, that's so sick, man. That
Yeah,
is, bro. This is why I mess with you heavy though. Just like
yeah,
just seeing how invested you are in like just artists at this level. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, there's not a lot of people that just have that genuine kind of interest or love. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
I
shout
mean,
out. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. Thank you, bro. But yeah, it's like I don't know. I just feel like just you know, giving artists support like early on is like hella crucial, and just like, I feel
Yeah.
like I don't know. I just feel like underground people are just like the most genuine. Like, like I met you on Reddit. What was it like October last
Yeah,
year,
bro.
bro?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, we gotta talk about the story about how we met.
Yeah, Reddit.
So like it was the r slash trap metal Reddit, and I think it was your song Counterfeit or something like that.
Counterfeit
I
down.
think
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
counter it
yeah.
was your music video for Counterfeit, and you uploaded there. You're just like, hey, like here's my song, and then like I can't
Yeah,
remember what I
yeah.
said. I'll throw it up on screen right now, the whole like thread, but like and
Damn,
then
that feels like so long ago.
it was like only 6 months ago.
That is actually crazy.
I know, and then like we've
I
just
mean,
been like talking on Instagram ever since. Like,
yeah, yeah, innit, bro. I've met a lot of people from Reddit, honestly. Like, just a lot of good
yeah,
people. Like, it's a good place to find people. It's also a good place to get completely hated on and discouraged.
exactly.
But yeah, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Reddit's got this like that's why I got this like love hate relationship with Reddit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I've been having problems with like Adobe Audition, and I like threw something up on Reddit just like talking about my problem, and within like a couple hours I had like 5 people just like like trying to figure out like what it was, just like help me
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
So like
It's just a good place to find like-minded people, honestly.
yeah. Yeah, cause like I don't know, it's just feel like without the internet, like I would have like I got lucky that I went to school with like, like half a dozen people that like like are in like on the same way with the whole underground stuff. But like
That's so cool, man. Like
yeah,
literally, that's so, bro. I wish that I was like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
yeah,
That would be so cool.
yeah. I find it wild that like this many people like in my city, but I feel like I know most of the people in my city that are on that underground wave because you
Yeah,
know I mean
yeah.
it's
Like
just like
that.
a
That's what I mean.
community.
Like
Yeah, go ahead.
that's what I mean. Like here in the UK, it's literally like completely different. Like people. Like I mean, it's just certain people. Like people know X. People probably know. I'm trying to think. People know
Peep.
Lil Peep, and that's
Yeah.
kind of about that. That's like about it. Like, everything else is just like UK drill. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just like what's he called? H and people like that.
Yeah, Stormzy. I don't know. I don't know UK
Yeah,
drill that
bro.
much. I remember the
Yeah,
whole. Were you ever on the Blackpool grime scene back in the day?
Black people grab seat, bro.
Bro,
I remember that
remember,
going around that school,
remember
bro. Like,
oh
someone
man.
said to me the other day, they were like, "Yo, bro, you should collab with Lil T. It'll get you some clout." And I was like, "Bro, there's just no way I'm ever
Oh
doing
man.
that. Even if I, even if I had the clout and the
Josh Tate.
opportunity, I'd just be like, no, bro.
He's going
It's
by
just not
Josh
dope.
Tate now.
Nah, man. Like,
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know what it's like. I mean, it was a meme anyway, but like it's
Yeah.
even worse because like Blackpool's one of them places like my uncle lives there. And like, you know what I'm saying? We go on the beach, he's like, bro, just not to disrespect the place, but it's not like you know what I'm saying? It's not like oh it
I've
comes on my
seen
hands, you'll get shanked up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a dangerous place. Like, bro,
yeah.
I used to eat ice cream there when I was like 2 years
Yeah.
old, so
It's not like the
yeah,
ends.
man. Like that's why it's just so hilarious. Like to see like people up north just like emulate like London accents and like London outfits and act
Yeah.
like just people that they listen to. It's just like you know what I'm saying. I mean, do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
just funny, honestly.
Yeah. I find it really interesting like I watched like a bunch of like one of the main reasons why like I even knew about like the whole like Blackpool grime scene was from like the UK like commentary community talking about it, and it's just crazy.
Memeless.
Yeah, Memulus, exactly, Memulus,
Yeah,
Willany,
yeah,
like that's how I found
yeah.
out about it like
Well,
2017 ish. Yeah, just
yeah,
watching
man.
them
They were
like
just going crazy.
I know they like every single like I remember I think the first video I watched was like it was like the reaction to Lil T's and he was like, "Yo, get something slide to Piff. I'm gonna rape your little sister."
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh
bro.
my god,
I remember that just going around school and everyone was like, "Who is this kid?" And that it's
he's
all over
like
YouTube.
12 years old.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, I can't even remember the lyrics. I haven't seen that video in years. I
Bro,
just
you don't
remember
even
the.
want to remember the lyrics.
I'm probably gonna
Don't
get
even want to remember
demonetized for
those
saying
things.
that. I apologize to anyone watching this right now. It's probably the worst thing I'm probably gonna bleep that out.
Shout out Lil T, man. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Lil
Shout
T.
out Blackpool Grind Media. All
Oh man. That's probably the worst thing I've ever said on my channel.
that.
I'm gonna
So
have to
so good,
censor
bro. You
that.
know what I'm saying? So good, man.
Oh man, yeah. Um, I think we already like covered this. I think we already like mostly covered this, but like, what's your opinion on like the UK underground?
The UK on. Sorry, bro. My voice is going off today. The UK underground, as in like who? Like as in
Just like what you've
what?
seen,
Wait.
like what do you how do you feel about it? Like, where do you think it stands? Like, what do you think about like the people in it? Like, how do you
Well, I
feel
mean,
about it?
there's uh, how do I say this? Well, there's actually people from the UK I feel that I listen to now, just in like the last year that I didn't really listen to. Like, what's he called? Uh, I don't know if you know someone called like Kazari, and
Kozare, yeah, the
what's
whole
he
Love
called?
Step crew.
They've got yeah, that's it, bro. They make some
Yeah,
sick
Vanilla
music, bro.
Rice. Well, he used to go by Vanilla
Yeah,
Rice, but VRI, and then Bad Lad, and then who was
yeah.
Henshaw,
Yeah, Henshaw's sick, bro. Like
Chase.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like much of Bad Lad's solo music except what's it called?
Yeah,
Don't Look at Me or
yeah,
something
that
like
one
that.
was good.
That's hard.
Yeah,
But yeah, a
yeah,
lot. He just kind of sounds weird to me. But yeah, that collective is sick. I actually
yeah,
know. I don't know them directly, but like I know people that kind of know them. But
yeah. I
yeah,
feel like
yeah, man.
they're kind of like really leading like the whole like UK. Like I feel like they're kind of like bringing it more into making it
Yeah.
popular.
That's sick, bro. Yeah, like I just Kazari is sick, bro. Kazari goes hard. I
Yeah,
follow him on
Kozari is definitely
Instagram.
like
Uh,
probably I would say my favorite, but I'd say my favorite's VRI.
yeah, bro. They're all sick, honestly.
Yeah,
That collective is sick. I really
yeah,
think what they're doing is sick because I feel UK rap in general. Like I feel like the reason it doesn't get very international is because it all sounds the same.
yeah,
There's no diversity. It's just it only appeals to people in the UK. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
I feel like their music has that appeal. I mean, obviously they don't care about appealing, I'm guessing, but
yeah,
just in general, like I feel like that collective, their music has a lot. Their music has more appeal to me as well than most UK music,
yeah. I
to be
find it.
honest.
Yeah, exactly. And what I find interesting is that VRI started as like a commentary YouTuber. Like it's exact.
Really?
Yeah, he did. He was a
That
YouTuber
is crazy.
he was a YouTuber before. I remember finding his channel like right before he made like the full transition. Like
That is crazy.
I don't know if anyone
I did
saved it
not
on a
know that.
Wayback Machine, but like if
Yeah,
you like if somehow like you looked back at his channel like about maybe like a year and a half ago, he had like some videos
yeah.
on there with music videos. Now it's just music videos.
Cause he goes hard, bro. Like I didn't.
Exactly.
He's just sick, bro. Like honestly.
Yeah. It took me a while to get into his more chill music cuz like he
Yeah.
uses
Well, yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Uh, it got
Like
it for like 3 a.m. and like I mean recently like winter, but like I think it was like a song like 3 a.m. There was like a
yeah,
like songs like that like there's like a lot of like like even though like I'm super into like auto tune stuff like it's
yeah,
like it's like I have to like pick and choose like
yeah,
there it's either good like with I'm sure like Cyber like how he uses
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, like if you like
Sa-
yeah,
Sav is
Cyber.
an OG. Sav is an
Yeah.
OG.
Yeah, I have an
But yeah,
anti-world hoodie.
I've
It's like
dude,
I should have wore
that's rare, bro.
yeah, I should have
You
worn it
got you got to
today.
post it on Instagram at some point.
Yeah, what's funny about it is that what my friends joke about it. So one time I was sitting in class and I had like my arms like kind of like like when you have a hoodie and it just kind of like squishes together like when you have your arms. So the N popped out and then world and I legit all my friends called it the N-word hoodie. I'm not kidding. I
Yeah.
literally like when I wear it to school it's like, yo bro, that's the N-word hoodie and I'm just like what?
That's, that's so funny, bro.
And like every time I wear it, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, all right. When I wear it
It's
to school,
iconic, isn't it?
I still wear
It's
it to school.
just iconic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
man. That's
iconic.
it.
Like it really is. And then Like just like I'll wear like underground stuff to school, and then just like I'll get I'll like half the people are just like they love it and they're just like, yo, that's sick, and the other half just like they just make fun of it.
They
But
just
it's
yeah, that's sick, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
the only merch I've got is like a Scala top, and I've got
yeah,
a Hollow Squad hoodie. But other than that, yeah, bro,
yeah.
I
I
want some more just underground
yeah,
clothing, honestly, because
yeah,
it's
honestly.
just sick, bro.
I want to get some stuff from Omen 13, but his store's been sold out for
Oh
like a
yeah, yeah.
year. Bruh.
He low key has the best clothing out of
It
any
really does,
underground
but he never
artist. It's just
restocks. That's the
it
only
just
thing I don't
looks
like.
so good. Yeah, and I've been wanting to get something. It looks so fresh,
Yeah,
honestly.
cuz like it was only like the past few months, like within like the past like 4 months I got into like underground stuff. Like before this, I always dressed like pretty much like not like white boy like Vineyard Vines, Tommy Hilfiger type white boy,
Yeah,
but like I wore like a lot of Express and like some
yeah,
Old Navy. So like that's what I used to wear. I still have
yeah,
some of that, but like I started buying a bunch of like underground hoodies and like hats and
yeah, yeah,
stuff and
yeah, yeah.
chains, and I started wearing that. So,
Yeah,
but like
they have the best clothing,
it
honestly. Like
really, yeah,
it's just because it's just a mix between like all these different kind of styles and influences, like from fashion.
exactly.
So yeah, nah, it's just sick.
Yeah, cuz like I feel like um yeah, like I want to get some like misfit stuff from Omen 13. Like we were talking about with
Yeah,
Omen 13. Like oh, but I here, let me like check his store right now. Like yeah, like yeah, it's like pretty much like I think most of it's like sold out.
yeah.
Actually, no. Okay, so I can get. Honestly, I might cop this red. Oh, that's 70, bro. The Red Star hoodie's 70. I got my Anti World hoodie for like 50. But nah, but like back in like 2018, he had this whole like I don't know if you remember like the whole like Misfit collection he had. Like I wanted
Yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
so bad, but I was like so scared to wear it out in public. I just didn't buy it, and now I regret that.
Why? Why were you scared to wear
I
it?
didn't I This was like back when I was like 14, 15, and I was just like
Oh, right, yeah,
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 like this was when I was younger, and I was just
yeah.
like this is like 2018, like early 2019, and I'm just like this is like a year
Mm,
ago, but I was just like I don't want people to judge me. Like I used to be like really like not antisocial, but like I guess like self-conscious of, like what clothing I was wearing. So
yeah,
like the thing was I was always into underground music. I was always into underground stuff, but I didn't like show it.
yeah,
I didn't like show it
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
within
yeah.
how I dressed. But then recently I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna do it, you know? Just like screw it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna dress how I want to dress. And now when I don't dress like that, I feel embarrassed. Like I wanna like it's
Yeah,
almost like this
yeah,
like thing is like I want to,
yeah. You just want to represent like the music that influences you in it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, exactly.
So it does one thing that I'm proud of. When I was younger, like I always dressed how I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Like I always used like I was that kid that was wearing like all black massive hoodies and whatever,
Exactly.
looking like an emo. Oh, I used
Yeah,
to wear like I just used to like try so much different stuff like with
exactly.
fashion. Like I just used to, kind of how everyone dresses now. Like, I kind of used to dress like that when I
Yeah.
was like 13, 14. And it was, a lot of it, looking back, was terrible. But I'm glad I did it, honestly.
Yeah.
Like now I kind of dress more low key. But I'm glad that I did that back then. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, that's like definitely one of my regrets is I didn't start doing this earlier, or like cuz
Yeah,
I could have like another thing is like I wish I got some like revenge,
yeah,
like if I the
yeah,
only way for me to get a revenge hoodie right now is to go on Redbubble, excuse me,
yeah.
go on Redbubble and basically get like a fake one. And I have this like I'm tempted to do it, but I'm like that's kind of I don't know. I just feel like that'd just be like disrespecting Garrett and just just kind of just
I get that.
yeah, like I don't
Yeah. Cause the revenge clothing goes hard though. Like
exactly.
like everyone recognizes it for what it is now at this point as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Like it's kind of crazy because like, like I said before, like when I wear like an underground hoodie, I also got a Mascarilla hoodie. Like I'll wear that to school. And like
Yeah, that's sick. But where did you get the deal website?
It was they did the I follow Robert on
Yeah,
Instagram, and like he was just like, oh, we got this limited time drop. It's a Mascarilla hoodie, and I just had like a little
yeah,
bit of extra money from my birthday, and I was just like, I'm getting that.
that's
And
so sick, bro. Bro,
yeah,
that channel's so cool, bro. It's been going longer than people realize as well. It's been going since like
exactly.
2014.
Yeah, no, actually, longer than that. It's been around. It started as a blog. It's been around for about 10 years.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Um.
Yeah, my skill is sick, bro.
Yeah. Shout out
I
to
feel like
Robert
they're
for
like
real.
what I feel like they're what No Jumper would have
Yeah.
been if it hadn't got lost with like the cloud, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I don't know, I feel like I have this respect for No Jumper, but I feel like
Yeah,
lately,
yeah, yeah, of
but like I
course, yeah.
understand, like people go mainstream, people start talking about bigger
Yeah,
artists, but I feel like
yeah,
Mascarell is
yeah,
kind of like that. It's genuine. It still perfectly shows the
yeah.
underground, and
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I think Robert was talking about in I think it was in like the Ginseng interview. Shout out to Ginseng, he's a fire producer.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, he's
uh
sick, bro. He's a sick producer.
Yeah, but he was talking about I think it was either in that interview or it was like the Snot interview. He said that he
Yeah.
actually gave Mac Miller his first interview, which I thought was
Did
wild.
he?
Yeah, he
Damn,
really
that's crazy.
yeah. Yeah, according to him, he gave Mac Miller his first interview and I'm just like, wow, that's wild. Like and like that's what I'm saying like like and that's like this is why I like interviewing like underground guys is like
Yo,
I get to meet all these like crazy people and like I mean, who knows where you're gonna be in like 2 years? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's
man.
just like,
Hope.
yeah. I mean, I just really like being involved with the culture and all. You know?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
sick, bro. Honestly, like respect for that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, that's just so cool.
yeah. And like, honestly, I gotta give respect to you because like, how you're talking about and like, Wesley and Manuel. Like, this is why I gotta respect you guys so much. Is like, you guys, within the UK, it's a lot harder to blow up in the underground. It's a lot harder
Yeah,
to push like an alternative style. In the US,
yeah,
it's something like I don't really see that much because I see all these underground artists, and
yeah.
like just blowing up, off of
I
like
mean,
the craziest styles. But
I
like,
mean, that's why I don't really tend to tell people where I'm from. Like, I'll be like, yeah, I'm from the UK, obviously, but like, whereabouts in the UK? Like, if you're from the UK, I guess you can kind of tell roughly from my accent. But I
yeah,
feel like people that aren't from the UK won't know exactly where. But yeah,
yeah. I
yeah,
mean, I can kind of tell by your name because it's Northwest Ghost. Like, I guess we should talk
yeah.
about where you got the name. And that's something I should have asked earlier. So, where did the name come from?
I've been through so many names, bro. I've been through so many names, bro. Uh, honestly, I just kind of thought of it, and it just sounded cool, and I was like, yeah, whatever. I'll run with it. I think it suits me. I think it
Yeah,
suits me more than it did when I first got it. I think it
yeah.
suits my uh music style,
I feel like
and
it just fits the
yeah,
vibe,
man.
Like,
Yeah,
it's like the puzzle pieces just like fitting together, Like,
yeah, yeah.
it's like it's all coming into place as Northwest Ghost prepares to take over not only the UK but the entire world.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So one thing I was really interested in is like what your creative process is like. It's like it's a lot different from a lot of what other people are doing. So like, like how do you go from like just an idea to a finished product?
Well, honestly, now it's kind of changed. I literally just not as much now because of coronavirus, but
Yeah.
like just before that, I just used to. Uh, well, I mean, I make a lot of different kind of music. Like my main, I like to have like similar themes throughout, so it doesn't just seem like a bunch of random ideas. I want it to kind of all come together.
Yeah.
So it's like my music is literally just my emotions. So if I'm angry, I'll make an angry song. If I'm chill, I'll make a chill song. If I'm sad, I'll make a sad song. Like it's just it's just what I'm feeling, and I'll just kind of find a beat that suits my mood or suits the kind of song I want to make, and I'll just go from there. And yeah, I tend to record like as much as possible. So sometimes I tend to make like 5 or 6 songs in a day, and sometimes all five will be sick. Sometimes one of them will be sick, and the rest will be trash.
Yeah.
It just depends, but I always mix everything before I decide whether to scrap it or not, because some songs don't sound too good, and then you mix them and
And
they
then it's
just
just crazy.
completely transform. So
I'm gonna take this back a little bit, back
yeah.
to like 2018. So like, let's talk about like, I don't know if it was your first EP, but it was like your first EP under Northwest Ghost. Let's talk about Polar, bro. Let's talk about Polar.
Was that my first EP on the? Oh, I
I
didn't even
don't, I
realize
don't
that.
know. I don't know. I'm just
That
that's the first EP I saw from you under Northwest Ghost. I don't know.
Damn, bro. If that was the first EP I heard, I would never have listened to any more of my music personally.
I remember it being still up when I first found you, and I was just like, okay, how old is this?
Probably, yeah, probably around that time I was debating about deleting it, and then I ended up deleting it. Thank God. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, that was probably like my fourth EP, I think. They're all deleted now. Polar was. Uh, I feel like I was in a transitional phase between making my old kind of music and kind of branching into what I make now, which is more like, I guess you could say it's more underground music.
yeah,
Because I used to make like fast lyrical kind of rap, and
yeah,
a lot of Polars kind
yeah.
of like that. And
So did you know it's actually still out? Um, it's still out there. You
what?
have it on your Dat Piff.
Oh yeah, yeah, I don't care about that, bro. I
Yeah,
don't even know how to log in that piff anymore, honestly.
yeah.
Like,
You have it.
if someone wants to leak it at some point in the future,
Yeah,
do it. I don't
I
care.
found
Like,
it on your Dat
yeah,
Piff, and I was just like, I don't know if he wants. I don't know
yeah,
if I should let him know
yeah,
if he wants to delete it.
yeah, bro. I don't care, honestly, man. Like,
Yeah, I
as
mean,
long as someone doesn't stumble across that and think that's like my new music,
yeah,
then
exactly.
I'm
But
chill,
I
bro.
think it
You
says
know.
2018 on it. Like I
All
think,
right, yeah, that's chill, man.
yeah,
That's chill.
and like if they watch this interview, you know what I'm saying.
I mean,
But
sorry, the
go
thing with
ahead.
that project was I made that like I spent a lot of time on, like, I wanted to have a theme throughout it, which was, I can't remember honestly, but yeah, like it had a lot of samples and stuff that were all kind of pointing towards the same message, which sounds really pretentious now thinking about it, but yeah, that it was cool making it at the time. I made it in my
Yeah,
bedroom. No, I made it in my living room with a USB mic and
yeah.
Audacity. So yeah,
I mean, you gotta start somewhere. Like if you watch my
I'm
old
I'm
videos,
happy. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Go
yeah.
ahead.
I mean, I'm happy that I made it and put it out at the time. I feel like it was a necessary thing to do. But obviously
Yeah,
now, like, I'm basically a different person from when I was making that. So
exactly.
yeah, man, it is what it is. You know.
Like all my videos from like like probably since like I think my earliest video is like a folk song compilation from like 2016. The
Yeah,
only reason that
yeah.
thing is up because it's almost at 100K views, which is insane.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy because like I used to be in like really into like I still am, but like back then I was really in. I forgot to mention I went through like at the same time like once I transitioned out of like that EDM kind of phase, I moved into like an underground rap and then folk music phase.
Yeah,
It was kind of weird because like I was just like okay, I was starting to not really like I was listening to like tons of mainstream stuff, but then I was just like, you know what, let me try something a little different. So I started listening to like
yeah,
European folk
yeah,
music around like 9 years old. That's like
yeah.
honestly, it actually now that I think of it, that folk music phase like was when did I start? Oh my god. Oh, okay, I guess it started way earlier than I thought it did. So like at the same
Really?
time of that, yeah, I've been listening to European folk since I was like 9. So that's like 2013, 2012.
Damn.
So like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
moving into that, it like I kind of stopped listening to it like when I was like in that EDM phase, but like moving out of the EDM
Yeah,
phase, I started
like
listening to like European
you,
folk.
you listen to black metal as well, don't you?
Oh, I love black metal. I love it.
Yeah,
Shout
yeah,
out to
yeah,
like
yeah,
Dark Throne, Burzum,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Streborg, Zaster. Who
Damn,
else?
you
There's
you
this.
really be you really be
Okay, you
into.
gotta. All right, if you're into black metal, you have to check out this noisy documentary called. I just watched this called like a few weeks ago. It's called One Man Metal. It's basically these three bands. It's Leviathan, Streborg, and Zaster. It's these three
Yeah,
solo black metal guys, and it's basically just
solo.
yeah. It's like so. It's like they're solo, like just like in like one man. I mean, it's the reason why it's called One Man Metal is because it's a yeah.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's basically just these guys that are like super like reclusive from society, and they just make these like crazy albums. And I went through a couple Zaster albums, and I think honestly, listening to it, like Zaster is probably my favorite because like he's
Yeah,
definitely okay. Sorry, I just hit my mic. But he, I don't know. I just feel like his style is like
yeah,
you can actually hear development in it, but like I don't know. I feel like with some
yeah,
black metal
yeah,
bands, like it's just the same thing recycled over and over and over
yeah,
again.
yeah. I mean, I've not really listened to black metal as much as like other types of metal. I've kind of listened to bits and pieces when I'm on the internet for a long time, and it's interesting, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a cool
Exactly.
like subgenre of metal. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I've
Yeah.
not listened to it like a crazy amount. I probably
Yeah.
won't get into it like as much as I've got into other types. But yeah, man, yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool.
I feel like yeah. I don't know. I just feel like, and that's how like I got into like like the whole trap metal slash ragecore thing is just like that fusion. I don't
Hmm.
know. I don't know. I just like a lot of like fusion genres a lot. I don't know.
Yeah,
Folk metal
yeah,
too
yeah.
is really interesting.
Folk metal? Nah, I've not listened to it.
You have not, bro. You gotta check out
Give,
folk
give me
metal.
some recommendations. Send
Uh,
me some recommendations
I
after this.
gotta, I gotta. You can just Google it. I can't think of any bands right now, but
Yeah,
I've only seen like a few videos, but like, it's basically just they take folk instruments, like one of them's like the hurdy gurdy, and then you got like flutes and like
yeah,
lyres and stuff
yeah.
like that, and then you mix it with drums and guitars, and just it's wild. Um,
That is sick.
it is a
Yeah,
wild,
I'm definitely gonna check that
yeah.
out
It's like
probably
folk metal
tomorrow
and
actually.
Viking metal, and it's like more of a
Yeah,
European thing. But then in America, they have this thing called pirate metal, which is basically just like like stereotypical seafarer music mixed with metal. It's wild.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's crazy. It's mad how it's mad how like in metal how many subgenres there are. Like
exactly.
there's so much subgenres and like different types of metal. Like you can't even label anything anymore because someone will be like, "Oh no, that's actually this kind of metal or whatever." But
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, like I was talking to Fukuda and Stranded about this like when I interviewed them.
yeah,
But like they were talking about like we're talking about how like just there's this like big fight within the underground about is it trap metal or is it ragecore?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I yeah, like I saw this dude going off on I went on r slash trap metal. I saw this dude going off on Life Happens for calling it ragecore because like he had his
yeah,
documentary Under Our Rage, and he was like going
yeah,
off on him, and I'm just like, bro, like why is it like why do people care? Like it's a name, it's not that deep.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
I mean,
it's
I think calling it trap metal sometimes is. I mean, it depends on the artist, but
yeah,
I feel like sometimes
it's a little cringy.
just yeah, it's not even just that. Like I feel like just getting like this isn't disrespect to anyone, but I feel like sometimes just grabbing like a distorted bass and like just distorting your voice, like I wouldn't really consider that metal.
Scarlord, I'm just
Like
kidding.
a lot. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like it's kind of pretentious at times for certain
Yeah,
people. Obviously, there's artists in that scene that are completely like I would agree with
yeah,
calling them trap metal, but I feel like some
yeah,
artists are just like I feel like that's just like more. It's just like
yeah. I feel like
lo-fi trap or
lo-fi
something. Yeah, I
trap,
don't
or
even. Yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah,
ragecore more because it's more like a broader term, and
yeah,
it's like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's like I feel like trap metal has to be like It's got a like trap metal to me is more like I don't know, just like take like a 2017 like Project Beat or like Scarlord kind
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah, yeah,
thing, and
yeah,
like I don't know what it is, but it's like I don't know what element of the it's not the bass, but you know the one part of the beat. I don't
yeah,
know what's called. I don't know if it's like a hat or something, but it kind of sounds like almost a
yeah,
bell. Like you
yeah,
know like if
yeah,
you listen to the genre, you know what I'm talking about. I hear that in every
yeah,
single trap
yeah,
metal beat, and I'm like, I
yeah,
don't know what it
yeah.
is, but I feel like it's just getting recycled. Like
Exactly. Like, I mean, I feel like I tap into that genre sometimes, but I've
yeah,
never fully gone into like what someone might describe as trap metal for that like exact reason. Like, I feel like
it's just
it's just easy to
oversaturated.
recycle the same thing that everyone else has been doing. You know, like
Exactly.
just grab like a distorted beat or whatever and just
Yeah.
go off. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
man.
yeah. And I feel like everyone like goes through that phase like when they're getting into trap metal, the
Yeah,
first person they listen to was Scarlord or like
yeah, yeah,
Kamiata or
yeah,
Zilla Kami.
yeah.
Like that was me in like
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
that was me in 2017, and then I was like going around like I see people all the time and this is not to like, I think everyone's welcome in the underground. I'm not saying this to like
Yeah, yeah.
bash
Of
people who
course.
are
Yeah,
new to the scene, but like I feel like we all
yeah.
go through that phase where it's just like, oh, like who sounds like anyone else that sounds like Scarlord, and then I'll see people like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
putting people down, but
yeah,
like giving them lists of artists, which is really cool. I like how a lot of people give recommendations,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
like
That I mean, that's how you get into it. Like
yeah,
other people's recommendations or these
yeah.
comments and stuff like that.
And then from that's how you start getting into more artists, like from, like I used to watch a lot of No Bands, like shout out to No Bands. I used to find a lot of artists from him. That's like how I found Project 7, Nettie, Kamiata. Um, who else? Just a lot of people. I think Icy Red. A lot of people. I don't think I found Icy Red. There used to be a guy I used to listen to, Resurrect. I think he goes by like a different name. I used to listen to a lot of him.
Yeah,
Um, or like Goth. He goes by Puke now, but like Goth.
yeah,
Um, Goth is like he's like an unsung like legend. I feel like he's kind of like I
yeah,
don't know. He's almost got this like cyber like reputation, but like within the underground, like
yeah. I
everyone
mean,
like
I've not even heard of him, so
yeah. But like I feel like
yeah,
you've like I don't know, he just like really pioneered a lot of that like like what people like today would call like like basic trap metal, or like I guess like
yeah,
what I would say is like the perfect example of someone who like embodies a lot of that is like Slen, you
yeah,
know.
yeah. Bro, Slen is. I really like Slen.
Slen is
Like,
the is Slen
honestly, like
like
his new music is sick.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's kind of like singing, screaming style,
Yeah. But like
whatever.
if you take his old
That is
stuff
really
like
sick to me. Yeah,
2017, like I mean like
yeah,
2017 was like back when that style was like new, but like I
yeah,
feel like
yeah,
this is like obviously this is a joke. I'm not trying to diss him, but I feel like 2017 Slime is like what I would define in 2020 as hashtag trash gang.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
bro,
Exactly. That no, that's true.
I see like so many people going around in the underground just be like trash gang, trash gang. Like I feel like I've almost dubbed it like the quote trash gang phase of like
Yeah,
getting into like
yeah.
you hit that trash gang phase, and then
I
from
mean,
that
Slen's grown so much as an
yeah,
artist.
exactly.
From 2017. Like I didn't even used to like him back then, and
Yeah.
now I think he's like really sick eyes. So
Yeah.
especially just with how he's kind of approaching music now.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like I haven't really heard a lot of his new stuff. I definitely after this interview I gotta check it out. But like definitely from like the couple tracks that I've heard, he's grown a lot. And like you were saying, like he's like singing, rapping, stuff like that. It's crazy watching people grow. And like the person I've seen, like I've definitely been paying attention the most, like in terms of growing, is like Seven. You know, like watching Seven grow from like how he was in like mid 2018, where it was kind of like a lot of distortion, to more like growing into like a lot of like sad music, and like now he's going. I mean, he's crossing so many genres, but definitely
Yeah,
like one of the things I see, and like Project was like talking about this, how like a lot of people, like tell him, oh, bring back, the old project, do this and that.
Yeah,
And he
yeah,
like even made a song called You Can't Get What You Want. And I feel like there's
yeah,
this whole mentality within the underground of like they want that like same like 2017 trap metal sound. They want that over and over
yeah,
again.
yeah,
And
yeah.
like it's good every now and then, but like I don't know, I just feel like I like seeing growth. Like it pains me when I
Yeah,
see an artist
exactly.
recycle the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, say they didn't change, the fans just leave. All the fans will get
Exactly.
bored or go on to something else anyway.
Yeah.
So
Like I
it's
find
kind
it
of
I exactly. And because of that reason, exactly, like if they got what they wanted, they would get bored, you know?
yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
there's no way around. I feel like
Yeah.
you
And like
you just gotta do what you gotta do in it.
exactly. And like that's like the one of the challenges for artists. Like as an artist, you have to like, like I had people, being like giving me crap when I started, covering, underground content on my channels
Yeah,
because,
yeah,
like if I just like recycled the same commentary stuff that I was
yeah,
doing back in like 2017, my channel would never grow. And
yeah,
like
yeah. Exactly.
I'd probably be sitting at like 200 subscribers, but now I'm almost now I'm almost at 400, like
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
And like,
That's
these
just what it's about.
exactly. And like I feel like these whole interviews like, whatever interview like I think I'm going to be doing interviews on this channel for a long time, but like
Yeah,
probably in like 2 years they're going to be completely different. Like
yeah, 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 yeah.
I don't know what I'm going
It's
to
a
be
good
doing.
route to go down, honestly,
Exactly.
if you're passionate about it, which you obviously are. So
Yeah. I mean, I've only been doing this for like 3 months and like I already got like this is like my fifth interview I've done. I
yeah,
think this is my fifth. Yeah. Yeah.
grinding it. It's the
The
grind.
grind. Yeah, I'm trying to pump one of these out every
Yeah,
week now because like the whole coronavirus thing. I'm trying to get one of these every
yeah,
week.
yeah,
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 like
exactly.
my goal is to get like 2 videos a week, one commentary video, and then like one interview. Just like and like I
Yeah.
don't exactly. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, yeah,
Oh, okay. But like one thing I'm concerned about is like I don't want my content to get like I don't want like to get just everyone on my channel that only there for interviews. Like I want people to be there
yeah,
for like and that's why I try to like constantly, like give like a mixed amount of content and like it's kind of
yeah,
weird. I have this group of like subscribers, like majority of my subscribers a lot I wouldn't say a majority but like a lot of them are like people that are into like European folk music because like they came to my channel
yeah,
because like if you look at my biggest videos most of them are those folk song compilations, so that's why I
yeah,
still put those out is to give those people
yeah,
a
yeah.
little bit
What they came for.
what they came for. And it's
Yeah,
not like I'm not trying to like bow down to my audience, but like at the same time, I guess bowing down to my audience would just be like I would just do like whatever like the majority told me to do. And like a lot of
yeah,
people
yeah, yeah,
just like I don't get a whole lot of like responses for my content, but a lot of people, I don't know, they seem to be in like groups, what I'm saying? Like, like
yeah,
the music people come for the music and then the folk song people come for like the folk music
yeah,
content. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like I don't know, they kind of like sit in their like separate, and like I have playlists, so like I have playlists for people to go into. Like if they want to avoid all my other content, they can just go on a playlist and go for that. Like I'm not trying
yeah.
to make it a hard. Go ahead.
At the end of the day, you're basically bringing people together. So
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that, honestly.
Honestly, yeah. And like I just put out like what I want to put out and you
Yeah.
know, I mean, I'm not
And
losing.
once exactly, like you ain't losing anything. Once
Yeah,
people see your vision, like what you're trying to do, they'll be down with pretty much everything anyway.
exactly.
So
Yeah. I mean, that's why I like it when like people like experiment with content and I feel like
yeah,
definitely I'm at this like stage as a creator where I'm small enough where I can literally switch up my content literally however I want and not get a ton of
yeah, yeah.
backlash, you know.
That's the best thing about being at this level. Like you can literally do whatever you want to do, and why people will come and go, but
Yeah, exactly.
the people that see what you're doing, they'll stay and they'll
Exactly.
be open to new things and like
Yeah.
whatever you want to do.
And that's why I'm not really like super like motivated to, get like, like crazy numbers, cuz it's just like, if they're
Yeah,
just there for something I don't even like what's the point?
yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Exactly. Like what's the point of blowing up if all your fans are into something that you've outgrown?
yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, that I feel like I have that conflict myself with like making music, like because I feel like there's two different parts of like this. I make like hard music, or I make like super chill, like ambient music, and sometimes I'm like, I don't want to do that over time anymore. But then I'm like, a lot of people like that, or a lot of people told me they like that, so yeah, it's just it's just weird, isn't it? But at the end of the day, I think it's just about doing what you want to do with like, because at the end of the day, it's your passion and you
Yeah,
started it,
exactly.
so
And then
it's
like
just
that's what
about
I
doing
tell
it.
everybody. Like, like
Yeah,
we've talked about that a lot over
yeah,
Instagram
yeah, yeah,
DMs, and like I've told all my friends just do what you want. Like,
yeah,
like you're wasting your time if you're like listening to what other like if it's not like if it's just like if people are giving you like proper like feedback like that, like definitely
yeah,
listen to that.
yeah,
But like if it's
yeah,
just straight hate, like just
yeah.
like you're wasting
Exact.
your time listening to it.
There was a line I had about that in a song. It was I said I can't remember what I said, but it was like something about feedback, and I was like, there's like two types of feedback. There's like I tend not to listen to feedback unless like it's someone that is like on the same wavelength. If you know, like say someone that only listens to like I don't know, like Uzi or something
Yeah,
tells me like, oh, why does your music sound this dark, or why does it sound like this? Like, obviously, I
exactly.
don't make it for those kind of people. Like,
Exactly.
so, but if you're on the same, like, if you understand like what I'm trying to do, and then you be like, oh, you
Yeah.
can maybe do this better. Like, that's when I
Yeah.
would take the feedback.
Like I
Like,
think I
it's just
remember
about
I can't remember what I said to you, but it was something like I think
yeah,
I
like
said it was like something about like mixing or like honestly I gotta go
yeah,
on
yeah,
Reddit. I gotta
exactly.
go on Reddit right now. Like
Yeah, like
I'm
I
gonna
actually like there
we'll
was a
figure this
dude
out.
that I met on Reddit. There was a dude that I met on Reddit like just when I started dropping music again at the start of this year, and he was like, "Yeah, your music's good, but it needs better mixing." And he was like, and I was "How? Like how? What parts of it
Exactly.
or whatever?" And he was like, "Yeah, you need to do this. You need to do this. You need to." Literally gave me a checklist, and I still
Yeah.
speak to that dude at like now, and I'm so
Yeah, like
thankful that he
those people are like the
told me
most
that. Yeah,
important to
yeah, like he literally gave me like a phone essay, which I didn't ask for, and it wasn't expected, but it was completely welcome, and that has definitely improved my music. So thank you to that dude. Shout out Lizard Girl. That's his Instagram name.
yeah, shout
Yeah,
out to him.
that's a sound
Yeah.
guy.
Let's
Like
see.
that. That's the kind of feedback that you
Exactly.
want, like productive feedback or like feedback that they understand what you're trying to do and it's not condescending or anything.
Exactly. Here, I'm trying to find the thread. Okay, here it is. Here it is. So it says, "Hey guys, a hard song. I think it might be off the EP I just dropped called No Identity. Let me know your opinions."
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
said, "Just
no
go
idea.
ahead." Yeah, I think this is actually was this while we met? Let's see. I said,
Yeah,
"Just
yeah, I
go
think we
ahead and
already
listen
knew
to the
each other.
whole EP. It's a really great underground vibe." Oh, all right. So this is
Yeah,
when we already met. Let me try to find the thread of like the thread where we met. Let's see. Might need a text search this. Oh, here it
yeah.
is. Here it is. Here it is. All right. So oh wait, I think I hit the wrong thing.
It was a
I just
long
lied.
time ago.
Oh yeah, it was like God, it was a while ago. Okay, here it is. So it says, "Hey guys, I make dark wave hip hop with some trap metal influence, and just dropped a music video. I love to know what you guys think, and I appreciate any support given. Thanks." And then
Yeah,
so yeah, and then this one guy said, "I think I see Lizard Gore. I've seen this dude like around
yeah. Let's
r
go.
slash trap
Yeah,
metal." Yeah, I
yeah,
gotta speak to that dude. He seems pretty cool. But
yeah,
anyways,
yeah,
so he said, he says I think it's also it also has emo trap influences, and I said I see that too.
Yeah,
I feel like it's similar to more of like what Omen 13, Suicide Boys does.
yeah,
I think it's a genre of shadow rap. And then you said, yeah, I see that. Actually, I got a lot more harder songs and visuals dropping in the next few weeks.
yeah,
So I'd love to just
yeah,
show you what I got. Let's see. Did we say anything else?
yeah.
Looks like
I
that's
think we
about it.
talked in the
Yeah,
I
and
think
then we
we
started
talked
talking
in the
in
messages
DMs.
as well. Yeah,
Yeah, then
yeah,
we started talking in DMs. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's just like stuff like that, like just like giving each other feedback and then
yeah. Like it's just genuine relationships like that. There's no hate. There's no one person thinking they're better than the other. It's just
exactly.
just how it should be.
Yeah, like lately I haven't been active in the subreddit, but I think now I want to like I was active like early late 2019, early
Yeah,
2020. I was
bro,
like
bro.
hella
I spend
active.
way too much time on Reddit. Me, like, I just be looking at like conspiracy theories and stuff. Like,
Oh
I just
man.
spend so much time on it.
There's so many rabbit holes you can go down. I
Yeah,
mean, there's
exactly.
literally a subreddit for
It's like
everything.
YouTube with that. Like, you can just spend so
Oh
much time
man.
just looking at dumb
Yeah.
shit.
I went into a rabbit hole like I think
Shower Reddit,
shout out Reddit. I
shower
went into a
Reddit.
rabbit hole like
Yeah,
I think it was like yesterday. I was going down like I was I was finding like tons of like old like EDM like I was talking about like EDM music I used to listen to, and it was just
yeah,
wild. Like it was like a crazy
yeah,
nostalgia trip, and I was like just looking through.
yeah.
And like what I like about YouTube is that they have a playlist of all your like videos, and I start going through that and just like,
Yeah,
reminiscing on
yeah,
like
yeah.
old stuff. But
YouTube's
anyways,
sick. YouTube's a sick platform.
I know exactly.
Just
And like
like I spend way too much time on it, and most of it's just Reddit and YouTube, just going down rabbit holes. So
exactly. I
yeah,
mean,
man.
it's a lot of fun. I mean, you can learn a lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
It is.
that's how I learned about the
I feel like
underground.
that's how most people. Yeah, yeah. I feel like that's how people get into the underground. They just kind of it's just clicking onto the next video and then reading a comment
Yeah,
about whatever, and then you type that dude's name in, and then you're like, oh, this dude's sick, and yeah, just like that.
exactly. I mean, it's just one from another, and like that's what I also I like how the YouTube like I feel like sometimes the YouTube
Yeah,
recommended it's so weird, but like in a way, like I usually don't like the YouTube algorithms in terms of like how
yeah,
like demonetization and age restriction, all that work. But in terms of
yeah, yeah.
recommendation, I feel like that's their one algorithm that actually works. Like,
I was talking to this about my brother today, like, bro, I don't know how YouTube knows exactly what you want, but it always seems to recommend some relevance, like what you've been watching
exactly.
is so weird. Like, I've started getting all this stuff about coronavirus from like just like viruses, and it's weird. Like, it's like
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah. Right now, my recommended is just like full of like underground music, and then like
Yeah,
commentary stuff from like 2016. Like I keep getting leafy videos in my recommended from like
yeah,
2017 because I've been going back on people's channels and watching old commentary videos like how I used to. Also, shout out to
yeah.
Luna. Shout out to Luna. Um,
Luna.
yeah, he makes a lot. Do you know him or
No, no, I don't.
he does a lot of like story videos. He does a lot of
Yeah,
story videos. So he's
yeah,
like one
yeah,
of those guys. But yeah, like watching his old videos, like I'll get his videos and I recommended it a lot. But like it's
yeah,
just like
yeah.
stuff like that, and it's just crazy to like look back on everything.
Yeah, man. YouTube's sick, bro.
YouTube is definitely sick. All right. Uh man, we went on a tangent for like half an hour just talking about all
We
right.
fully did, bro.
Oh man. All right. So all right, next question. So let's talk about what about like what one thing I was interested in is like we were talking about earlier about like the whole like vibe with the underground like and like dark trap and stuff like that, like cloud rap. But like, what was it like filming Acid Eyes? Like
Bro,
like
that was mad chill. Like, TDK said about it in their interview, but
yeah
it literally, because I think that was my first solo. No, it wasn't. It was my second
yeah
solo video, but it was like,
yeah
because I'm like a very kind of shy person, so
yeah.
sometimes getting in
I
the
feel
camera,
that.
yeah, like getting in the camera is kind of not intimidating, but it's. I mean, I hope you can't tell, honestly. But getting in the camera is like I don't want to do it, or I'll get nervous. But that video was just chill because it was just me. That
And
the
your
people in the
bros.
background are like from my other collective.
Yeah.
They edit my videos is Glitch, Brooksy, and Aaron, and yeah, we were just vibing. We're just session, and then we just made the video. So we're all kind
Yeah.
of just out of it, and we
Yeah.
just made that video.
Yeah.
I
I
was just
mean,
like, should we film a video? Yeah, and I was like, what song? Aaron was like, do Acid Eyes, and I was like, I don't really want to do. I want to do a different song, but then we did it, and it was
yeah.
a vibe. So
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
like
honestly,
the
that's
whole
probably
video was
like
just a vibe.
honestly, I've watched. I feel like most of your music videos, but I feel like that's probably like my favorite one. Honestly,
Yeah,
just
I
I mean,
think
I can
that's
just
my
see how
favorite as well.
genuine it is. You know.
Yeah, like we're just chill. Aaron's just in the background like dying, and we're all just chilling.
He was like
Just
slumped
so
on the couch or something.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. Nah, it
yeah.
was like he was just behind me in the
Oh
we
yeah.
literally filmed it in my friend's backyard and then in
Oh
his
yeah.
living room, and we're just chilling like the whole time. We were just listening to like Bones or just like what was he called? We just listened to loads of music, and then we're like we just film a clip, then we go and chill for a bit, then we just go and film another clip. Like it was
Yeah.
just mad chill.
I mean, I just feel like those like sessions like with your friends are like so that's
Yeah,
like like I have like footage of my friends making a song, but like it was this crazy thing where it was I don't know if we're ever gonna release this song, but like we were talking basically what happened was we were at Dollar Tree and we basically
yeah,
just saw this cashier talking load like basically just like bullying this kid. Not kid.
yeah,
He was a adult. He was like kind of like a young adult, but he clearly had like I think he was like on the spectrum or something like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So and just like seeing that we were pissed off and like so we ran like I'm not even joking like we got the idea for the song we ran I'm not even joking we ran like 3-4 blocks back to my friend's house and then they just started going wild on this track and we got this one track and it's basically just this diss track on like people who are like narcissistic and
That's
bullies like
so sick, bro.
and it's
That
just
is
like
so
I listen
sick.
back to it and it's like so corny but it's like so fire and
Yeah.
then I'll throw the picture up on screen right now but what we did was we wrote the song's called I Hate Bullies. We wrote I Hate Bullies
Yeah.
on the wall and then I held a lighter under it to like
Yeah.
illuminate it and then
Yeah.
LeBron shot 1221 he took the picture and it's
Yeah.
wild because like and my
That,
friend still has that on his wall in his room like half of his
that's where
wall is just yeah.
that's where like the best kind of stuff comes from. Like it's
I
just
know, like the song
completely
in my
on the
opinion
spot or
is
whatever.
the song in my opinion is absolute ass, but
Yeah.
it was the best thing. It's like one of the
Yeah.
best things I've ever
Exactly.
done.
Yeah. Like the process of it as well.
Yeah, like that wasn't even like serious. That was just fun, you
Yeah.
know? And
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got tons of footage of it. Like it's wild.
Yeah.
Like looking back at
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
footage, like we were just out of it going crazy.
Yeah.
Like
But yeah. Yeah. To answer your question, I kind of forgot. The Acid Eyes
we're
video.
talking about
I've
acid
I've
eyes.
I've
I
I
mean,
filmed I've got about three more videos that I filmed before we got locked down, so I'm just holding them.
yeah.
Uh, but that was probably the funniest one to film because it was no
Yeah.
pressure. Like you can literally see in the video, we're just chilling, we're just vibing.
Yeah, I
It was
feel like
just chill.
those are just the best, like in my
Yeah,
opinion. Like that's how I like to
yeah,
create. And like this interview, like we're just chilling, having a
yeah, yeah.
conversation.
And it is just
Like
yeah, man.
yeah, like I feel like it's good to like keep it like somewhat professional, but like when it's to the point where it's like Hollywood just like okay,
Yeah, yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
stone cold face, it's like it's not fun. Like
I feel like the thing about this is like there's just mutual respect. Like
yeah.
we can be chill and we can be informal, but it's not like we respect each other enough
Yeah,
to have like an
exactly.
actual conversation.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
that's what I like
like
about these
it
interviews.
yeah, like it's not forced or anything. It's just chill.
Yeah. Like the way I structure these things is I write out a bunch of questions, and then I try to put them in like a progression of how I predict the interview is going to
Yeah,
go out, but I don't
yeah,
stick
yeah.
to it. It's not like I'm like being like,
Is this going to the is this going to plan?
it's somewhat. I don't care. I don't care. We can go in literally any direction you want. I literally don't. I do not care. Like I put it in like somewhat of a, but it's not like I'm being like, yo, bro, like you're getting off track. Like, bro, stop. What do you?
Yeah,
No, you're talking about the
yeah,
wrong
yeah.
thing. No, bro, stop. What the fuck are you doing? Like,
Imagine.
I'm not doing. Imagine me just going off on you for like going from like what my mind is like. Oh, the perfect interview. But in my mind, the perfect interview is like what we're doing right now, just chilling, having a
Yeah,
conversation.
exactly.
'Cause that's how you get the best
I
stories,
mean,
honestly.
I literally barely call people just because I just hate calls, but I'm
Yeah.
chilling now, so you know what I'm saying.
I mean, it's just a
We're all good.
vibe. Yeah, like it's just a
Yeah,
vibe. Yeah.
yeah. Like literally, bro. If you ask TDK, like it takes me like an hour to get on call just because I hate like talking.
Yeah.
I just
I
sound weird.
mean, yeah. I mean, the first interview that we were supposed to do, the intergalactic interview, I was supposed to have all three of
Yeah,
you guys, but then I think my
yeah.
software was
There
fucking.
was actually there was a genuine reason for that, and I can't remember what it was.
I think
But
it
I
was
mean, I was
it was
sleeping
just too
downstairs.
late. You're
Yeah,
too
yeah,
late. Yeah, there's like a genuine.
I was sleeping
Yeah,
downstairs at the time, so it was
yeah.
it
I
was just
wasn't mad
weird.
at, and I'm totally not mad at that. I totally
Yeah,
understand.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like, I had to cancel. Actually, the Fukuda and Strand interview, I actually had to cancel because I was sick. Like,
yeah,
like
yeah,
I just like I don't know what it was, but like the past like 4 months, like every single month, I get hit with some like really shitty cold, and like
yeah,
it's like I don't have corona. Like I didn't have
yeah,
corona, but like it felt like I had corona, but I didn't.
yeah. That sucks, man.
Yeah, because like I didn't have breathing issues, but like it was hard. It hurt to. I had to take my math final with like pretty much a fever. It was bad.
Bro,
Like
that is literally like my worst nightmare. Like
I
having to
failed
go
it.
maths,
I literally failed it.
like ill. You failed it, bro. I
I
failed
failed
maths
it.
as well,
I
so it's
gotta eat.
chill. It's all
I
chill.
literally do not care because
Yeah,
I
innit?
basically what I did was I mean I'm my math. See, here's the thing about my math teacher is
Yeah,
I gotta give a huge shout out to my algebra 2 B math teacher.
yeah.
This dude is probably like the coolest guy I've ever had as a math teacher. I mean, for one, this dude has
For
a
real.
pot. He has a podcast and he also has a band on the side, which is wild. So like
What kind of band is it?
it's like a I'll send it to you later. But
Yeah,
it's like a folk band. It's kind of like
that's
this like
sick.
folk music band like in my area. It's wild. And
That's
then
sick, man.
yeah, and then like like we'll just be in class and I have like tons of videos of him just like just going crazy, and it's just funny just like being in his class. Like he's one of those teachers where it's like, you have those teachers that like try to do funny stuff and try to be relatable,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
they just
yeah.
don't. This guy hits like I don't know what it is, but he hits
He's
the
just
nail on the
genuinely
head.
just like,
He's just
yeah,
genuinely like he's not trying. The thing is like he's like you can definitely tell he's not trying. That's his genuine
yeah,
personality.
yeah, yeah.
And it's like one of
That's
those things
sick,
where
man.
it's like one of those teachers where it's
I wish
yeah.
more teachers were like that,
Oh
honestly.
man, he's like the only teacher that like there's like two like maybe two three teachers at my school. They're not even at his level of just enjoyment in the
Yeah,
class. And I
yeah,
ended up getting like I think I got like a B in the class or something like that because I did like crap loads of like the weird thing about my school is that they don't have extra credit, but you can do
yeah,
test corrections and you can do test corrections and basically like get like up to an 80% on your test corrections, which
yeah.
is wild. Yeah. So I basically
What's the test correction?
a
Like
test correct.
the mark?
It's basically just going in and like redoing all the problems you got wrong. So basically, I just
Oh,
stay
right,
after.
okay.
Yeah, I basically had to stay after school for like a week and just grind out these
Damn.
questions. And like I was like, oh, I'm actually It was like the week before the final. I was just like, wow, I'm actually studying for the test. And then the day
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
final,
yeah.
I forgot literally everything.
Bro, it
Like,
is like, bro, exams are so bad. Like
oh my god,
the whole thing, like
it's
the
just
amount of pressure and the way they line you up like it's military and they put you through a door
exactly.
and you go sit in. Nah, man,
Yeah.
just nah.
It, I'm so
Fuck
glad.
exams, bro.
Yeah. Like I don't know exactly how like they do it in the UK, but like my China like I was taking
It's terrible.
yeah,
It's
but like
terrible.
my Chinese teacher was talking about how in China they literally have like a leaderboard of test scores.
Yeah,
They have your name and then your
yeah.
score. And I'm just like, bro, like if I had that, I would I would
I
die
mean,
inside.
it's totally different because
It
they're in
totally
school like
is.
300 days a year or something. Like
It's
the
wild.
school's like their entire life.
I know, like, and there's like this
Like
whole thing about like how in South Korea, like everyone is like so high skilled that there's
yeah,
just a
yeah,
bunch of like low skill jobs that are just empty because
yeah,
everyone's like
yeah.
college grad level, you know?
Everyone's just like super smart, just like super clever.
Exactly. Like a lot of
It's like
people,
the opposite down here.
yeah, exactly. It's like I don't know. I feel like world governments and like teachers have this like perfect vision where everyone's like a college grad, but the really thing is you got to have a mix of it for like society to
Yeah,
function.
exactly. Like,
Like
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
You have to have it's rigged, bro. It's rigged, man.
it totally is
You've
rigged.
got to have people that fail to have the
Yeah,
stuff on the bottom.
it, it's
Otherwise,
it's
the
it's
people at the
so
top don't stay at the
yeah,
top. Yeah,
exactly. Like the whole
it's just how it
system is
works, isn't
just
it?
yeah, it's just how it works. But like even with
I
that,
mean,
like yeah, go ahead.
yeah. Yeah, nice, cool.
Yeah, but like I feel like like that at the same time, it's like you don't need this like crazy high education
Yeah,
to
yeah,
like succeed in life. But
yeah.
it
Exactly.
it's also really messed up how how hard it is for people who are on the bottom. They're grinding hard. They're going and then
Yeah,
people on the top are just like I'm not like one of those like eat the rich kind of people, but like
yeah,
I don't know. I just feel like they're like I mean look at Jeff Bezos. He's got like what $120 billion. Like no single person should have that much money. Like
who's that?
the CEO of Amazon. He's right now he's
Oh,
the richest person in the world. Like he has
Jesus,
surpassed Bill Gates. It is wild how much money this man has, and
that
there's
is
like a bunch of
crazy, bro. That,
Amazon.
you don't even need that kind of money at that point.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like no single person should have that much money. Like how like what are you gonna do with it? Like
Yeah, like at that point, it's just pointless.
yeah,
Like the money doesn't even mean anything to them kind of people at that point.
exactly. Like top
It's
one
nothing.
percent of the 1%. Like money
Yeah,
money just
yeah,
doesn't mean anything because literally you have like you can literally do anything you want at that point. Like
yeah,
I watched this one video of like showing how big like a billion is compared to a million. It's crazy. Like just
yeah.
like how much $1 billion is wild, and then you times that by like 100. That's just
That
I
is
can't
yeah,
even
it is actually
I can't
insane.
wrap my head around it. Like how governments just a million here, a million there. Like when the U.S. was talking about like a $2 trillion like relief for
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
coronavirus,
I
I'm
mean
just like
the yeah, yeah. Like the UK was just like yeah, we just got 330 billion
it's just like
amount
like
to.
I
It's just
can't
like
wrap
where'd you
my
get that
head
from?
around that. I can't wrap my head around that much money. You know what I'm saying?
And
Like
you know they have so much more startup as well. Like they have so
exactly.
much money. Man.
Yeah, it's crazy. And like the U.S. government, like they have so much money and they're just throwing it here and there. And like, but the problem is a lot of
Yeah,
time, especially with like the current I don't like getting into like a lot of politics on my channel, but
yeah,
definitely there's so much money going into our military. Like it
yeah,
like one of the things I'm disgusted with Trump is like not only did he fire the pandemic team on the CDC back in like 2018,
yeah,
he's been cutting like a bunch of these like social security and like benefit like stuff that's like actually helping people. And then like
yeah,
it's so weird cuz he cuts social services to like the thing
yeah,
I don't understand about the mind of Trump voters is that they're like, "Oh yeah, like social security and like food, like food stamps, like, yeah, let's cut that." But then,
yeah.
like a lot of those are the same people that benefit from those programs. You
But
know?
honestly, I don't even pay attention to politics anymore. I
Yeah.
probably should, but it just feels
I
like
mean,
no one has
it's yeah.
anyone's best interest at this
Yeah,
point anymore.
exactly.
Like
Yeah.
it's just stupid at this point,
Like I feel
honestly.
like everyone should like be like somewhat like just know
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
going
yeah, of
on.
course, yeah,
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 because like in voting and like this is an example I'm gonna bring up. You know this firsthand, but like with the whole Brexit thing, like a lot of people went in there not even knowing what the European Union was. You
bro.
know?
Exactly, exactly, man. Like, and that's kind of what they rely on. Like, they use your ignorance to
Yeah,
benefit their cause. Like, they just through misleading people, and
exactly.
that's why I'm just skeptical with like politics
Yeah,
in general. Like,
I mean, you gotta
because
be to say
yeah, exactly. Like that's how bad it is now. Like everyone knows how bad it is, and
you
it's just
have to
kind of
question
accepted
everything
how
you
bad it
hear.
is. So it's like how can you expect to progress to like a certain level, and like even they know that they're just not reliable or not genuine. It's just weird. It's just weird.
Exactly. Like it's just like I always get on people for like more people like adults like I always get on them for like complaining about politics but they're not voting.
Yeah,
But at the same
yeah,
time I understand that like they don't know what they're voting for. Like like
yeah,
I always
yeah,
feel
yeah,
like if you want to change politics, like, reach out to your representative, reach out to your senator, like
yeah,
vote. But at the
yeah,
same time, it's like you gotta fact check everything. You gotta look at like what's going on because I want to
yeah,
bring up some
yeah, yeah.
examples, but like I don't even know if what I'm saying is going to be correct, so I'm just like not really gonna. So I'm just gonna like
Yeah, I
talk in
mean
broad
that's what it's
terms.
like, isn't it? Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah. Go
It's
on.
yeah. It's I mean, were you gonna say something or?
No, no, no.
Okay. But like it's just crazy, like I feel like I'm just sounding like a broken record at this point, just saying like the same thing over again. But like it's just so wild like how, like the system is just, it like, one day it's like, oh, it's like left, next day it's like leaning towards the
Yeah,
right and it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
I can't keep track of it. And like even my friends who are
Exactly.
like invested in politics, like, that's what they're interested
Yeah,
in. Like I have a
yeah,
I have a friend who's like wanting to be like a senator or something like that. And
yeah,
he says like it's too like it's just he has a hard time keeping track of it, and it's just wild.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
It is
trying to
crazy at this point.
yeah yeah. All right, maybe let's
It's
like
hard. It's hard
yeah
to know who's actually the best choice for you. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. So yeah, all right. I feel like we're getting a little negative here. All right, let's talk.
Gone off on a tangent again.
Let's talk about something a little bit more positive, I guess. So like, what was your process behind your EP No Identity? Like, you dropped
No,
that not too long ago. So like, what
the
was
the
that?
thing with
That was like.
the thing with music is that, like I said, like I want my music to be like an anime in the terms of like, say like a long anime like Naruto, One Piece, where
Yeah,
it's like this big long collection of like experiences and positives and negatives, and that's kind of what I want my music to be like, which is why
yeah,
I tend to drop so much music.
yeah,
At the moment, like I've got two more EPs that honestly I just dropped right now, but I'm
yeah,
trying not to because it's kind of stupid. But yeah, no
yeah.
identity. Like I feel like a completely different person from when I made that, and
Exactly.
that wasn't even that long ago. But
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Go ahead.
that EP was like I made two of the songs. What was it? The song No Identity and I can't remember the and Despair. I made them before I even started really making underground music. They were just kind of whatever. And then what was it? Ride Against the Wind and Bloody Knuckles I made the night before I dropped it because I was like, there's not a sad song or a depressing song on here, so I need some to turn up. And then I just made them like literally the night before.
That's wild.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, what I find really interesting about your music is like how much like it reflects like how much like you're feeling like at the time. Like
Yeah,
I can like kind of like feel like, oh, he's like he's like feeling sad or angry,
Yeah,
with
yeah,
like your EPs, because like your EPs are kind of like a catalog of
yeah.
like
That's
yourself,
exactly.
you know.
Yeah,
And like I remember I was telling
that's
you,
that's the only reason I make music. That is the
yeah,
only reason. Like, I genuinely don't care about anything else. Not to sound like whatever. Like, if I
yeah,
didn't,
I totally
if
get
there
it,
was
like what you're
no,
saying.
if there was another way of express myself that suited me better, or not even suit that, like, if there was a different way, then I just do that. Like,
Yeah,
I don't like. I love making music, obviously, but I
yeah,
don't care about much else that comes
yeah,
with it. I think that's my problem,
yeah.
honestly.
I
But
think I
yeah,
remember telling
yeah,
you
bro.
like like more like quality
Yeah,
over
you said to me,
quantity. I was like, bro,
yeah,
you're dropping
yeah,
way too much music, but I feel like at this point, like it kind of almost in a way kind of works for you, like in a way.
yeah, yeah.
Like I
I mean, I,
notice. Yeah,
yeah,
go
not
ahead.
going. No, no, not going.
All right.
I'll
But
say
like
after
I was
this.
looking at like people like Cyber or like Bones,
Yeah,
and like they have
yeah,
tons of music out, and I'm like,
yeah. I
maybe
mean,
this isn't.
that's where I got. Yeah, that's where I got the idea.
Yeah.
Bones and Almond 13 and
Yeah.
Scala, just like
Yeah.
people that drop like a lot of music, and I was like, I didn't. At first, I was like, because there was a time before we made Why You Mad where I didn't make
Yeah.
any music for like 8 months, and I was like, what's the point? Like, I'm not doing anything. Like, I had songs stacked up, I just didn't drop. So now it's like I just make music all the time, and I'm just like, I don't see the point of
Exactly.
sitting on it because I'll feel different next week, so I might as well just drop it now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And like that's the thing about me is I feel like in a way I'm kind of like that, but at the same time I'm this like perfectionist kind of person where I'm like every
Yeah,
single thing I have to drop has to be like this crazy high quality product. But I feel
yeah,
like
yeah,
with these interviews it's kind of like a way for me to just like not like just like dish out like content, but it's just kind of like a
yeah,
way.
yeah,
It's kind of like a challenge for me to just accept something, even though it's not like this
yeah,
vision
yeah.
inside my head. Like it's
I
just
mean, I mean,
it's
like,
raw.
yeah. I mean, the
Yeah,
thing is now, like, I feel like I've got a lot better at it. Like, looking back, there's
yeah,
some songs that I listen to, and I'm like, Jesus, like, the mix is so bad, or like
yeah,
it was completely rushed, or all I had to do was one thing, but I dropped it too quick or whatever. But I
yeah,
don't care, man. Like,
yeah. It like
to me, I just focus on making the next thing better.
yeah.
Honestly,
Honestly, like I feel like at that point, like you just gotta move on. Like, and I look
yeah,
back at old
exactly,
videos I have and I cringe, but at the same time, it's like
yeah,
that's kind of like a cool way. Like I feel like with artists, like we have like like when you're learning a skill, like you can like kind of think back on the memories of like where you were, but with artists
yeah,
we have like actual physical representation of how we
yeah.
progress, so it's like we can really reflect on how we've grown. Like I
I,
still have
I feel
videos from
like
yeah,
yeah,
like I
like
still have
I
videos.
feel like
Go
nah,
ahead, go ahead.
go on, bro.
I was going.
Nah, it's cool, man. Go
All right, we keep trying to talk about bro. Both of us are
on.
just like trying to dish out our opinion. Yeah, this is crazy. Honestly, this is a lot of fun. Like this is what I like about
Yeah,
interviews. It's
man.
like
It's cool,
it,
bro.
yeah, but like one thing I was gonna say was like I have videos from like 6 years ago, and like I can like even though like they're super cringy, I can go watch them and still get some enjoyment out of it. Just like
Yeah,
even
yeah. I mean,
though
yeah.
yeah,
I
like
mean,
even
that's what
though
it's all about. Like, as long as
exactly
you remember that feeling, like that's what I was saying about Polar earlier. Like, as much as I don't like the project, I don't like how it sounds. I don't. There's one song I like on it, and the rest of it I just don't. But like the sense of accomplishment when I finished it, like I'm happy that I did it. You know what I'm saying? And
exactly
I'd go back in time. I'd do it again. I'd make it better
yeah.
if
Like
I obviously. But
if I
yeah,
think back, like any of my regrets, all my regrets stem from not doing something. Like
yeah, exactly.
yeah, like it's like always in the moment I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna regret making this. I'm gonna think in the future, I'm
Yeah,
gonna think, man, why did I release this? But every time when I'm in my
yeah.
future, I don't think, oh, why did I release this? I think, like why didn't I make that
Yeah.
better? I think why didn't I do this earlier? That's what I
Yeah, exactly. Like
yeah.
I regret not I regret not making the kind of music that I'm making now
Yeah.
earlier on because I was aware of it, but I was like, nah, that I
Yeah.
shouldn't do that or whatever. And then
Yeah.
now, like if I was doing this back in 2017, like it would have. I mean, not that I'm really bothered. If I was doing this back in 2017, it would have been more, I guess, fit into like what was going on back then. But it's whatever, bro. I don't care,
Yeah.
bro.
I mean,
Honestly,
it's just one of those things. You just got to keep focused on like the
exactly,
present and the
bro.
future. You can't look back. And like one thing
Exactly.
that, yeah, and like what I was saying earlier, like why didn't I do this earlier? Like I've been wanting to do these interviews since like 2018. Like I've been wanting to
Yeah.
do this for a long time, and I was always scared to reach out to artists too. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, I
But
didn't
the
exactly know
thing
where
with a lot of artists is though, like a lot of artists have egos. Like a lot of artists have like rapper ego. Like I was saying this to my brother, like
exactly.
some artists will hit like I don't know 10K, and then they'll be like, yeah, don't talk to me unless it's about business. Or they'll be like, yeah, I'm charging this much for a feature or whatever. And it's like, bro, like you at that point you're just burning bridges. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah,
a
exactly.
few months later they're back to where they started, and it's just like
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
you can't let
and
your
like,
ego take
yeah.
over you
Exactly. And
with
that
this
like
kind
that's
of
what I
like in
respect
this
about
scene.
you. Yeah.
Oh,
And like
thank you, bro.
yeah, like that's what I respect about you is because like, like I talk to you like, probably at least like a few times a week, like on Instagram DMs and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you, TDK and Manuel, just like all three of you guys just like, like it's just genuine, like
yeah. Thank you, bro.
yeah, like yeah. I mean, I'm just saying like what I feel is just like I'm not gonna lie to you and just be like, oh, like if I feel like I
Yeah,
don't like someone, I'm gonna tell them,
yeah,
don't
yeah,
talk to me. But like, like if I genuinely fuck with someone, I'm gonna tell them like, hey, bro,
yeah.
like
Exactly.
this is wild, cause like I don't know, I just feel like a lot of people in the underground, the the thing is like the only people that I interview are people I genuinely like actually have respect for, and
Yeah, yeah.
like I feel like the best
That's
interviews
how it
I'm
should be.
yeah. I mean,
That's how it should be. Yeah.
yeah, like I only like even though like I've been saying like I'll work with anyone, like if someone comes to me and luckily this hasn't really happened yet, but I know probably some point in the future I'm going to have someone come to me and just be super demanding. And I know
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
preparing myself for that. I'm like, you're gonna have to turn that person down. You're gonna have to tell that person, you know, I'm not
yeah,
gonna, because
yeah,
I know
yeah,
there's people out there. Like I know that I can get genuine people on this.
yeah,
I don't know what to call this, a podcast or I guess like my channel. Just like get genuine people on here and like have these interviews. Like why should I interview? Like like all I'm doing is just inflating their ego.
yeah.
Like
Exactly, exactly, bro. Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Like I don't want to bow down to
That's
someone.
the thing.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
like it's just better when it's genuine. Like it's not false. It's just you know what I'm saying. Like it just is what it is.
Exactly. And like, like yeah, and like I like realism. I feel like that's
Yeah,
what I thrive off of. It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
when I tell something's legitimate, that's what I love.
Exactly, bro. But that's the same with me. Completely the same.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like with you and I, like we just got this like crazy connection then. Like,
We do, bro. Like
yeah.
that's the thing. Like I speak to a lot of people because I'm kind of branching out into like
Yeah.
networking and marketing and all that. But like there's like I'm genuine with everyone, and there's people that
Yeah.
are like I said that have like massive egos. There's people that are
Yeah.
like they just want to take advantage of you. They just see you as like another statistic. But like that's what I'm saying. Like you, TDK, Emmanuel, like other people, like the you know what I'm saying. Like that's just like they're the kind of people that will go far. Like you guys, like
Yeah.
when it's genuine, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and it's not forced, and you just have a love for what you do, like that.
Yeah.
That's when you'll go far.
Yeah, and like I feel like, like when I was doing research for this interview and research for TDK and Manuel's interview, like I genuinely was like interested in your guys' stories and your backgrounds and
Hmm.
just like, like if I don't feel that when I'm doing
Yeah,
research and when I'm interviewing someone, there's no point in doing it. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly, exactly. Like at that point, it's like, why are you even doing it? Like,
why am I
unless
putting
it's
hours
like
into this? You
obviously
know?
like it's industry stuff, and it's like you have to like that's when it's different. But when it's
Yeah,
just you and it's just independent, obviously, why would you not? Why would you do it if you don't
yeah.
care?
Like
Like to
I
be
don't.
honest.
I'm never like I don't think I'm. I don't. I plan never to. You know, like I have a collective of guys, but like I don't. I'm never gonna join a YouTube network. I'm never gonna do any of that label stuff because I
Yeah,
just don't
yeah,
like. I just like doing what I like to do, and like like I started IE like my whole collective. Like I started it with them, and shout out to 1221. Like it wasn't just me who started it. It was him, and it was everyone else.
yeah,
Like it's just
yeah,
people
yeah,
that like genuinely come together, and we all like we're on the same wave with stuff, and like same thing with
yeah,
Intergalactic.
yeah,
It's just a bunch of
yeah, yeah,
guys
yeah.
like like I feel like like if you can just come together with some people like like those are the people that I'm going to put my time into. Those are the people who I'm going to feed
Exactly, bro.
because yeah,
Exactly.
like
Like I literally get invitations to at least you get invitations to be part of this collective and that collective, and it's like, bro, like, like, I mean, fair enough if you want to do that, but like, personally to me, like, I'm not just gonna go in some randomest collective that I don't even know. Like,
yeah,
it just doesn't feel right to me. Like,
yeah,
that's why Intergalactic works so well because it's like we're all part of it. We've all got our own thing
yeah,
going on, but we're all related in like the way that we make music and
yeah,
like our influences, and it's just like it just works so well because it's just not
yeah,
forced at
yeah. Like there's like I was in this like I don't know if I'm like still technically a part of it, but like there I'm not gonna like say any names, but like I'm not talking
yeah,
crap about these people. Like these are people that
yeah, yeah,
that like if they hit me up, I'll genuinely like I think it's mainly more because I never like really took the time to get to know a lot of them, but I was in like several group chats with a bunch of people, and like I feel
yeah,
like with some like there was a few people in there that I felt were like super egotistical, but like there were people
yeah,
in there
yeah,
like I genuinely like I feel like if I actually reached out and I got to like really get to know them, like I could have a connection with them. But like there's
yeah,
just some people that like I don't hate them. I don't think they're bad people. It's just, like we weren't on the same wave and I'm like, I just can't have a deep connection with someone like that.
yeah,
And,
yeah, exactly. Like,
like I'll work with them, I'll like do stuff with them, but it's not like I'm gonna like have a genuine friendship with them.
mm-hmm.
Like it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
like like this is why I have like a hard time calling a lot of people my friends is because,
yeah, yeah.
like
Same, bro. I ain't got no friends, bro.
yeah,
Other than the people, obviously, that collective and the people that are involved with like my videos and stuff.
yeah.
I ain't really got no close friends, but
Yeah.
it's
Like I
whatever,
got a
bro.
lot of people at school that like I would say I mess with and like they're cool, but like at the same like I
Yeah,
don't know, I feel like there's a lot of people that like if I had the chance, I had time to like really get to know them, we could really have like a crazy friendship. But it's just like
yeah, bro.
you gotta keep your inner circle pretty small.
Yeah, exactly,
Like
bro. Like, I mean, in school, I had like me and my three friends, and literally
yeah,
that was so chill. Like, there was no one else. It was just me and them three
yeah.
friends, and we were all on the same page. And obviously, it's all falling apart or whatever. But yeah, bro, like that is so true about keeping your circle tight.
Yeah, like I don't know. I felt like in middle school I was like this kind of like it was so weird in middle school. Like there was like this like hierarchy. Like my middle school was like 60 people, so like it wasn't like there was a hierarchy, but there was like this group of people who like acted like they're the hierarchy, and I'd try to like tag along with them, and like I'm still
Yeah,
friends with like a couple of them to this day. But like
yeah,
I felt like some of those guys just like they're not bad people. I don't think they're
yeah,
terrible
yeah,
people, but like I just didn't have much in common with them. So it's just like, why
yeah,
am I hanging
yeah.
out with these people?
I
So
mean, yeah,
then
that
high
was
school,
literally yeah,
yeah,
that was me in high school. Like, it was just
yeah,
that was what it was like.
yeah. But then I've just kind of noticed recently, I just got to mess with people who I genuinely like, and it's so much more fun. It is, oh my God,
Exactly,
it
exactly.
makes life just so much more like enjoyable.
Like
It's
it's
just,
better to have like a couple or a small amount of like good
yeah,
friends as opposed to having like a big amount of like
yeah.
kind of
Like
good friends. You
that's
know what I'm
like why
saying?
I've never understood popular people. It's just like I can
Exactly,
I can
bro.
never get in that mindset.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly, man.
like I don't know,
Yeah, I
like
know
when I
what you mean.
see like this is not me trying like again, like this is not me trying to like throw shade at like popular people in my school, but I feel like sometimes like I know like some people from my school watch this but like I feel like some people just like they all feel the same to me and I'm just like
Yeah, yeah,
it just feels
completely,
so
bro.
and it's funny cuz like
It's just weird. Like, it's just weird, honestly.
yeah, like I'm thinking back to I'm just thinking back to this one time. So I was in one of my classes and there was these two girls sitting in front of me and like they have this whole friend group in my school and like I thought they were so tight, but then I hear
Yeah,
them like dishing out like hate towards and like I'm not a girl so I don't like
yeah,
understand but they're like dishing
yeah,
out hate towards like someone who I thought was like their like on their stories they'll be like oh I love you and like we're best friends but then in person they'll just
yeah,
but then behind their backs they'll just dish out all this negativity. I'm just like why are you
yeah,
even friends if you're gonna like talk tons of shit? Like why? Like
yeah,
what's the
yeah,
point of that
bro.
friendship? And
I
honestly I
mean,
think it's just for clout
for
and
girls, it's
attention.
for girls, it's just completely different, man.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
no
Like we're
offense to
guys here just
being
being like,
honest.
what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, bro, that's how it's always gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, just be like,
Yeah,
what the fuck are girls doing?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. But like, I have a few, like I'd say, like maybe like three female friends on my school who are like completely different. They, they don't mess with that whole like, like
yeah,
popularity stuff. And they're like just genuine people. I'm like, wow, like, those are people like I hang out with, and like those are some of my
those
closest
are the best
friends.
type of people. Those are the best
Exactly.
type of people, and
Like,
you have to hold on to them kind of
yeah.
relationships because
Like no matter what
that's what I
gender,
realized. That's what I realized
Yeah.
after finishing school. Like, you need to hold on to those kind of like
Yeah.
friendships because that they go like life has a way of like taking stuff away. It's weird.
Exactly.
So you need to do all that you can to keep
Yeah.
hold of them and just
Like
stay in touch with those people.
I had this one friend in fourth grade, that basically like back at my old elementary school. I had like maybe like two, three friends, you know.
Yeah,
So like I had like a
yeah,
small group of people, and like rest of the people, I'm not trying to say I was out here like just getting like bullied constantly, but like there was a lot of people who were like just complete assholes, bro. Like I did
yeah,
not like
bro.
them, but like he was one of those few people that like genuinely would like hang out with me, and like we would just like, like during like we were little kids, so like during recess, we would just chill, and like it was like a
Yeah,
genuine friendship, and like I lost contact with him after fourth grade. Like he gave me his phone number, and I lost, and I felt terrible, and
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I went on like a whole like search like and this is like how I like try to find people that I lost contact with. I'll go on social media and it took me so long. It took me a long time, but after I finally decided to search his name up on Instagram
yeah,
and I got his Instagram and now I have him on Discord. And
yeah, yeah.
after this
That's
whole
it.
coronavirus thing, I'm definitely going to try to go hang out with him cuz I haven't seen
Yeah,
him since
yeah,
we were like
exactly, bro.
I haven't seen him since we were like 9, 10 years old. Like
Yeah,
dudes change and like I genuinely like I gotta like it occurs to me like there's a lot of people who like are genuine people that I haven't hung out with in a long time that I really should like I gotta hang
yeah,
out with these
yeah.
people. Yeah.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Yeah. Like yeah, because just having those people in your life is like the most important, you know.
Yeah, bro. Like that, just genuine relationships and friendships.
Let's see. So next question. So more talking about kind of like your music. One thing I noticed, like right when we started talking, you started your second page, uh, Macabre Iron Sleeves. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
Like, what was the
Macabre iron
y-
sleeves.
yeah. Uh, so like, what was the reason for like starting that second page? And you put a lot more like hardcore music on there, definitely. But like,
Yeah,
what was like
yeah.
the reasoning for
Uh,
that? I think you told me, but I like forgot. Sorry.
it
Yeah.
it's a that's a like I just made that I have that page because there's like I said about my music being very personal. Like,
Yeah.
there's some songs that I feel like I couldn't really put out because for whatever reason. So I'll just put them there. If someone
Yeah.
hears it, they hear it. If they don't, that's cool as well.
Yeah. But like
And
what I
yeah,
like
yeah,
ab-
yeah. They,
yeah,
yeah.
go ahead.
And that was also where I practiced like that kind of style of like yeah, like you said, like the harder music, like the more screaming, singing
Yeah.
kind of music that I do
Yeah.
every now and then.
Yeah. And I feel like with that, like what I like about it is just it's so raw, like I feel like
Yeah,
it's just you, what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
it is like half the time. Like I don't put much time into them because they like I just like making music and I just like express myself. So you know what I'm saying. After I've made like however many songs I've made, then I might just make a random song and like all those kind of songs are freestyled. Like all my singing songs are freestyled. All my screaming songs are freestyled. Uh,
yeah.
so yeah, and I'll just put it out there, and if someone hears it and they like it, that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's just how you build like a true fan base,
Yeah, bro. Like I've not
like
told anyone about it. Honestly, I think you're the only person that knows. And yeah, if people want to go and listen to that, do
yeah.
it.
I mean, people watch this interview want to check out his music, definitely links in the description down below. I
Yeah,
mean, go
bro.
check it out. I mean,
Yeah, man.
yeah, like I'll always be posting your music on my story and I'll just be like, "Yo, like if you're not on this wave, you're missing out." But at the same time, it's like,
That's real, bro.
I mean, if they don't like it, then they don't like it. I mean, that's how you get like true
Exactly,
people.
bro.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I acknowledge that, especially like like that's why I just make music for my like. If you like it, that's cool, and
Yeah.
I'll carry on making that kind of song because someone likes it. But yeah, if you don't like it, that's cool as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like what I've decided with like making videos is just like, if they like
Yeah,
it,
you
they
just
like it.
you just gotta do what you want.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I don't know, it's just like trying to balance between like kind of like what people want and then like what I want to do is kind of like hard, but at the same time, I just feel like I kind of just like once I have an idea, it's just I feel like, the best feeling is just when you throw yourself an idea and it's just genuine,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
just
yeah.
genuine
Exactly,
work.
exactly,
Just genuine
exactly,
work.
exactly.
Yeah.
That is the best. That is the best feeling, and I feel like making something creative, like there's nothing better than having that feeling at the end of it.
Yeah. Like people always tell me like ask me like what's the best part of like, doing like I do a lot for like you see my photography page, but like
Yeah,
doing
yeah, yeah.
photography or like doing stuff like that and I'm just like the finished product is always like my favorite
Exactly,
part. Like
exactly.
when like all the stress is done, all like when you can just take a step, like you can just take a second to step back and be like, all right, wow, this is what I've done. Like that's just the best feeling.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And like I feel like lately like a lot of some of my different content hasn't been getting as much views, but I've noticed lately it's not exactly like weighing on me as it used to. Like it's just
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
yeah,
And
like
a lot of things take time. Like things come in
yeah.
due time. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
sometimes things get popular like later on. Like I mean, like
exactly.
look at me by X that they dropped that in like what 20 I don't know,
2015.
but it got popular like 2 years
Yeah,
later, and
exactly.
now it was like it's one of his most popular songs. So
Yeah,
you never know if it as long as it's a good product, it'll always get the amount of love it deserves eventually. As long as you
exactly.
put the work in.
Yeah. Like
I mean that's what I think anyway.
yeah, exactly. I feel like that's true. Like I feel like a lot of videos that like there are some videos on my channel that are popular that I feel like like there's some videos where like oh this should have had more views, but like at the end of the day like
Yeah,
if I enjoyed making it, that's all really that counts.
exactly, exactly. Like yeah,
Like why
like
do
bro,
something.
the
Go ahead.
I know that like if I wanted to, like not to sound egotistical, but I could be way more popular than I am if I did certain things that like I know
Oh
other
yeah.
people do, um, but I just don't want to do that because then it would defeat the whole purpose of what I'm doing. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
I it just depends the reason that you're doing it for.
Yeah, like
You know what I'm saying?
like exactly. I feel like the same thing. Like not trying to be egotistical, but like if I just like carbon copy the other like commentary channels and just like what I see them do is like they just like find like they'll be on like Dr. Phil or TLC and they'll like suck it
Yeah,
clean of
yeah,
content. And like it could be
yeah,
entertaining, but like it just like I tried some of that content back in like 2018 and I just didn't like it, you know?
yeah, exactly. And at that point, it just becomes a race for views. Like it just becomes a race for
Yeah.
who can get this content first and who can get the most views on this content or whatever. So
Yeah. Cuz like whoever's early on is the person that's
yeah,
going to get the most
exactly,
attention.
exactly.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that's why I like doing this underground stuff is like, you know, like it's kind of like there's not that many people doing it and it's just me and a few like shout out
Yeah,
to Life, shout out to Bursnip,
yeah, yeah,
who are some other people, No Bands, Void Tracks, like all those
yeah,
people,
yeah.
you know, dark
Void
tones like
tracks. I'm
yeah,
I'm gonna get a track on there. I'm gonna
Void
get a
Tracks,
track on
yeah.
Void tracks before the end of this year, maybe.
Yeah, we got to get you in Void
I've emailed
Tracks.
him. I've emailed him a couple of times. But
Yeah.
trust me,
Um
bro.
yeah, or like Ghost
He'll
Vibes.
reply at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll,
Yeah, or
he'll
Ghost
reply at
Vibes.
some point.
Yeah. I know Hunter, I think, posts like at least some of Manuel's music. Uh,
Yeah, Hunter's post my music a few. Well, I mean
yeah, I
that
think
was
he's
like where we started off really.
yeah,
Like
like
me and Renee, we started with Hunter.
yeah, like here, let me
So
go
yeah,
on YouTube real quick.
Hunter. He's a chill guy.
Hunter. Yeah, or like Wavy, you know.
Yeah, yeah, Wavy's cool as well.
Yeah.
Wavy's cool.
Yeah, or like let's see. Hunter, there's another channel he did.
Yeah,
This is the one I was looking for, Underground Zone. He posted some of your
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
like people like
I think
yeah,
I don't know if I emailed him or not, but he 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 didn't hit me up, and I just
yeah.
randomly saw it, and I was like, oh, that's lit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I just find it crazy how um like I just find it really cool like about the underground how it's just like all these people like we're just doing like what we want and
Yeah, exactly.
I just feel like the more mainstream people get the more like disingenuine it gets. And
Exactly.
like yeah.
Like that, like the like those kind of channels. Like I've not spoken so much, but like people that run those kind of channels, like you kind of forget that they're literally normal people. Like a starry, like
Exactly.
I'm not talked to him, but like he's just a normal guy that just
Oh
posts
yeah.
music that he likes, and that's literally like
Yeah.
I think that's how the underground should be. Like it's just that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
that they're basically like the mainstream people of the underground, I guess. Like,
Exactly.
and even
Yeah.
they're just chilling. They're just chill. Like, they're just normal people.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't know. I just feel like the underground like it's so special. Like I know like other communities are like that, but like in terms of like what I've seen, like it's like the one place where I feel like people are most genuine, you know? Like it can be
Yeah,
very
yeah,
toxic, but at the same time it also has a I don't know, I feel like there's like this balance between like there's a bunch of toxicity, but it's really easy to like
of
move
course,
around
yeah,
that. You know, like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
there's so many places you can go, you know what I'm saying? But anyways,
yeah, yeah, exactly.
so kind of talking about that, what do you think about like artists blowing up on TikTok? Like, how do you feel about that? Like, do you feel like it's like ruining their music, or do you like, or
I
do you think
mean,
it's kind of cool?
I mean, I don't keep up with TikTok. Uh,
Yeah,
I mean, I guess it's cool. Yeah,
yeah, I know,
yeah,
but
I
like,
guess it's cool.
yeah, but like what I've heard a lot of people saying is like, oh, it's ruining their music. They're getting too mainstream. Like, you know, like,
I mean, it depends on the artist. If the artist wants to get mainstream,
yeah,
then
like,
that's good for them. If they
yeah,
don't, then obviously, like,
yeah,
the thing with that, I feel like it brings like a lot of pose. Like, I remember what's he
yeah,
called, Tokyo's Revenge, when he blew up with
yeah.
what was the song called? Good Morning
Good Morning
Tokyo,
Tokyo, something
and
like, or
like,
Thoughts, something.
yeah,
It was like one of
yeah,
those
yeah.
two.
Oh, whichever one. And there were
I,
people on my bus singing it, and they don't listen to that kind of music. They don't know anything
yeah.
about it, and they were just like, oh yeah, whatever. I can't
Yeah,
remember what it
like
goes like,
there's
but
this one.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
there's this one.
I mean,
Go
that's
ahead.
good and bad. But I mean, I guess it's good and bad because it's exposure. But uh,
Yeah,
I don't know, but it just annoys me sometimes when you get people that
Yeah,
kind of
like
don't they
yeah,
don't respect or they don't
yeah,
know what they're listening to without sounding harsh. Like you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? You know what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say? Like,
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say. Like, I feel like
yeah,
from an artist point of view, like it's really cool to like get all this like attention in media, but at the same time,
yeah,
like from a listener's point of view, it's just kind of like, I feel like all of
yeah.
us, like, even though like I try to be as open minded as I can, I feel like still subconsciously, I'm like kind of like, I don't know if I could just say, what am I trying to, what's that one dude from the Lord of the Rings, that like guy,
There's a lot. There's a lot of
uh,
characters in the
yeah,
Lord of the
it's the
Rings.
it's like the main guy. He's like you know who I'm
Frodo,
talking about? Frodo, yeah. No, not Frodo.
Frodo,
The like gremlin
Gandalf,
guy.
Aragorn, Boromir,
Uh
Gollum,
Gollum, yes, Gollum.
Gollum.
Exactly. So I feel like I have this like I've literally watched like almost all the movies. I should know this.
Same,
I
bro.
haven't seen it in years.
I read all the books when I was like
I haven't
12.
read the
So
books
yeah,
yet. I
you
haven't read
should,
the
bro.
books.
The sick books,
Yeah.
bro. I mean, the it's a hard read, but yeah, the
Yeah.
sick.
I need to get back into reading, but
Yeah,
I feel
same,
like I'm
bro.
like,
Same.
yeah, I feel like I got this like low key like Gollum mentality where I'm like trying to protect all my music. Like I'm like careful of
Yeah,
like who I give it to, but at the same time, it's like, like it just because they're listening to it doesn't take away from my enjoyment.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like,
The only way you can let the only way other people listening to the music you like take away from your enjoyment is if you let that get to you.
yeah,
Like
exactly, exactly.
if you let other people's opinions influence your listening patterns, that's just that's you letting them in. But if you can just,
Yeah, exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
I just say to people, like, just put on your headphones, turn them up, drown people out, and just bump whatever the fuck you want to bump, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But anyways, so moving on to the next question. So this one's more about, you're talking about your brother earlier, but how did your brother get into bodybuilding and weight training?
uh, my brother, I mean, he's been training since he was like 13. Like, it was always just a passion for him. Like, I used to be into fitness as well, but I, I'm not really anymore. I probably
Yeah.
should be, but yeah, he's just been like he inspires me in terms of like, cause I've really seen him go from like
Yeah.
having like 200 followers to having I don't even know what he's on
I think
anymore,
he's at
but
like 5K right
like
now. I don't know.
he's like well known in the area. You know what I'm saying? And
That's
like
wild.
he had to ignore like people saying, "Oh, why are you posting this? Why are you doing that?" Blah 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 blah. And like he's like people don't, cause like I live with him, and like people don't
Yeah,
see how much you have to sacrifice
exactly.
to have a life like that. Like a lot of the time, it's not fun. It's not. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But yeah, like he's really just don't made sure that he's done what he wanted to and put everything
Yeah.
into it. So yeah, man, that's
Yeah.
sick.
Like I only saw a couple of posts for him, but I was like really curious to like,
Yeah,
cuz like I understand
yeah.
like
No,
there's a
not a lot
lot.
of people know.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I didn't know what went into it, but I was like I know there's got to be like there's got to be a lot more than like observing from just the
yeah,
page, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. Completely, bro. Like it genuinely is like a lifestyle. Like
Yeah,
you can't get to that level without sacrificing like a lot,
exactly. You know.
honestly.
And that's like why like this like and like me doing this whole like YouTube thing and like you doing music, like it's so hard to get into
Yeah,
it cuz like
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, one, it's super competitive, but two, it's like you have to make your life about it. And like I feel like in
yeah,
one
yeah,
way
exactly.
this whole like yeah, like this whole coronacation thing, like I've barely done like any of the online schoolwork like quote
Yeah,
supposed to
same,
do.
bro. Same. I've not checked anything, and I should do, but
Yeah.
I've not.
Yeah, but like I feel like at this point I just told myself it's like, you know what? This is going to, this whole thing is going to take a huge mental toll on you, so
Exactly, exactly.
might as well be doing something you enjoy. So what all right, so let's talk about a dude that I found on your SoundCloud, A Money, and you're on his EP Movie Life. So like, what was that like? Because that was a while ago.
Ah, uh, damn, bro. I forgot. I was supposed to delete that. uh, A money. Uh, yeah. I don't have it. Nah, I answer the question.
I mean, if you don't want to answer it, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
was
forcing you
like,
to answer anything.
no. Answer. I was a lot younger then, and that was when I just collab with anyone that messaged me,
Yeah,
and even if you pay to get your SoundCloud plays up, which is lame as fuck, but
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I hate that
that
pay
that
for
was
play shit.
yeah, that was a different time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
forgot completely about that. Bro. Hey, money, damn, that was a
Yeah.
long time ago. I think that was like 2017, probably.
Yeah. I think when I saw it on your SoundCloud, it was like 2 years old or something like that.
Yeah,
Wild.
exactly, man.
Yeah.
I literally forgot all about
Yeah. All right. So this next question, I'm pretty sure I already know the answer to this one, but would you sign to a label? Yes or no, and why?
that. I mean, I'm not
Like,
gonna say no because maybe an opportunity. Nah, say if I did, I'd want it to be like I wouldn't stray away anyway because you need leverage. Like that's why like a
yeah,
lot of new artists sign, and then they end up getting trapped within like a contract because they don't have leverage. Whereas an artist that's
yeah,
blown up and had like a lot of popularity and showed that they can make their own shows and show that they have a
yeah,
strong fan base. That's
yeah.
when they sign at that level. That's when they have more leverage. So I mean,
Exactly.
maybe I would sign, but I'd like to still be able to operate in the same way I do
Exactly.
now. But I
Just do
mean,
your own
it,
thing.
yeah, exactly. Like I make music literally in my room by myself, or in the kitchen if someone's upstairs, or whatever. Like literally just wherever. And yeah,
Yeah,
like I don't really feel comfortable like with other people being there. So
yeah,
I'd have to be, you know what I'm saying? That I have to be in my own zone. But I
exactly.
mean, obviously, only time will tell. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah,
don't know, 2 years from now, say I'm more popular and whatever. Like I'm open to everything. Honestly, like I'd prefer to be independent because I prefer to do things by myself and like have complete control over everything. But
yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
man.
yeah, just being yourself, like it's
Yeah,
just
exactly.
yeah, like I was looking into YouTube networks like a couple of years ago, and like this is like I even now I don't think I'm at the level yet to sign to a like where I'd even be
Yeah,
accepted by a network. I had a couple of networks reach out to me like a couple of years ago, but
yeah,
I didn't I just said no just because I mean back then it's like you have to like fork over so much of your profit. Like I'm not
yeah,
you have to
exactly,
and then you have to like do what they say. Like it's like you gotta release this many videos, you gotta be doing this amount
exactly,
of views, and it's just like
exactly. I mean, the thing with labels is you can literally do everything they do by yourself anyway. Like it's harder
exactly.
and it takes longer. Like basically, all they do is like they just do marketing and networking and advise you on not what the best thing is
Yeah,
to do in this situation and get your interviews and get. But you can literally do that all by yourself anyway. Like
I
obviously, it's
know.
more taxing and
I mean
it's
look,
more
like
effort.
you're here
But
doing an
yeah,
interview. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, like
Yeah,
you can literally do it all yourself anyway. Like
yeah,
in this day and age, like I feel like a
yeah,
label's not as necessary as it was like
yeah,
I don't know 10, 20 years ago.
yeah. And plus, like when you're doing it yourself, like what you've done is genuinely like that's your accomplishment.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, totally. So, uh, let's see. What's another good question? Oh yeah, I think you kind of already answered this one earlier, but like I guess like picking like one time in your life that was like the most that was like the most inspirational for you in terms of music or art or
In terms of music, probably when alright, so there was one night where I just like discovered basically everyone I listen to now. Like I'd already kind of listened to Bones and Xavier, and then I was up till like 5 in the morning, just cruising through all these artists. That's when I found 13. That's when I found like more of Sexual Award Boys music and that. And then, just like watching their videos and how they've literally filmed this in the backyard or they've literally filmed this down the street or whatever. And I was like, bro,
Yeah.
like we can literally do this like in our own way. Like we can literally do
Yeah.
this. And pretty much from there, like it
Yeah.
took a while, but I kind of know what I'm doing now. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, I've been kind of
Actually,
like, go ahead.
another point actually was when we dropped the video for Why You Mad.
Yeah.
That was like the response to that was crazy, especially
Yeah.
at the level that I was at, which was like nothing. And then
Yeah.
that kind of showed me how to do things in like the most
Yeah.
productive way, like how
Yeah.
how to actually drop things, like how to actually network and blah 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 and all that. And
Yeah.
then yeah, that was cool as well. That
Yeah.
showed me that I could actually get somewhere because other than that, like I hadn't got any attention.
Yeah. And like it's crazy, like, and like you're saying like you just recently like learn how to network and like drop things, and like
Mm.
I feel like I'm
hmm
doing the same thing right now, where like this whole
I mean,
interview thing. Go ahead.
yeah, I mean, like this, it's a process. Like I feel like you can never fully know everything about it. Like it's kind of about seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, trying new things. But yeah, like I feel like that's a thing where like a lot of artists don't do. Like they don't network or they don't put like you have to if you want to get to that level, like you have to put as much effort in with networking and marketing
Totally.
as you do with actually making the music. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like it's like 50% music, 50% like marketing
Yeah,
and
yeah,
networking.
exactly.
But
And that's
like
probably the part that sucks most about it.
exactly, but like you got to do it if you want to like, like actually,
Exactly.
get anywhere. And like but I feel like one thing I've learned from like doing these interviews, I think I was talking about this earlier, but like, it's really taught me how to network. It's taught me how to like talk to people, and it's
hmm
taught me how to like filter through people that I want to like. I feel like it, not exactly like I was gonna use the analogy of Tinder, but I feel like it's a little bit more in depth than that. It's
Yeah.
like I can go like I'll see like I'll have people following me every like like there'll be people you see every you'll see new people every single day in the underground, and like
Yeah.
I've kind of just like learned to like filter through and like find the people that like I really mess with, you know what I'm saying? And just like
Exactly.
find
Exactly.
people that I generally, like I'll listen to some, like if I'm going to ask someone to, like usually if someone like, reaches out to me and says like, hey, hey, can I get an interview? Usually I guess like my process to that, I haven't really turned anyone down yet, but like, um, what I've seen is like, I'll go and check. There's this one guy I'm going to interview on Friday named Shadow. Shout out to Shadow. But like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I found him, basically how I found him was I was on Life Happens story, and shout out to Life too. But basically I can't
Yeah,
remember
bro.
what question he asked, but it was like, and I was like, it was like a really interesting question. I'm like, yo, like I want to know who asked that. So I asked Life, I'm like, who's the dude who asked that? And he gave me his Instagram. I went and checked his SoundCloud, and I was just like, yo, this guy's got some crazy music. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I can't remember where he's from, but I just remember just listening to his music, and I was just like, yo, this dude's like on a different wave of like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
shit. And I was
Exactly.
just like,
That's what it's all about. Just finding people like
yeah,
that.
yeah. And I was just like, yo, I gotta hit this dude up. So I hit him up, and this was like back in January. I was like, I gotta hit this dude up, and he's like, yeah, like I think he said he was like kind of just doing some shit, and then he was gonna like get to it. But then like just like a
Yeah.
few days ago, like he hit me up and was like, yo, let's do the interview. I'm like, bet. And
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Exactly.
haven't really spoken to him that much, but like going through his music and like doing research, like dude's on a crazy vibe. Like it is wild. Like I don't know where he's from, but like it just feel I don't know. I just feels like he's on some different. He's just on a different level of yeah. Shout out to him. Interview dropping with him soon. So I guess for the next question, I was gonna say is that so I don't know. So I feel like this was happening like on YouTube a lot. It's been going on for a long time, but I've seen it start to like breach over to SoundCloud. But basically, with the whole SoundCloud's like copyright system, people are taking advantage of that and basically false
Yeah,
copyright striking people's music. So like, has that
yeah, yeah.
has that happened to you at all? And also, like, what do you think about it? Like,
I mean, yeah, yeah. It happened to me one time, and it was really annoying. And I just reloaded it, and the dude didn't do anything else. So, I mean, the guy literally used the same beat as me, which the producer sent to me. So,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I hadn't done anything wrong in this situation.
yeah.
But yeah, man, like
But
some people just weird, bro.
yeah, like
Honestly.
I don't know like what their motive is, but like these artists, like this is like their own music, like stuff they like. I've even seen people's tracks where it was self-produced, like it
Yeah,
was their own
exactly.
track,
Exactly.
and it just
Yeah,
got taken down.
that's happened to me before, yeah. Like I used to post beats sometimes and it get taken down and I was like, I literally made that beat from scratch.
How do you feel about Actually, no. What was it like making Intergalactic Volume One with Wesley?
Well, it was like I wasn't really involved. Like he basically just sent me a bunch of songs and he was like, hop on these. And I was like, yeah, man. I just did them after college. What was it we did? We did like 4 songs. Well, I think there's only 2 of them now.
Yeah,
But yeah, we did. Yeah, it was chill. Like,
yeah.
uh, we made what was it? We made Restless, Memories, Fuck Guns. What was the other one? What was the other one?
I
I can't
he
remember, but
yeah he told me in the interview it was like you guys had like 10 songs for the
bro,
album
we
for
have
the EP.
yeah, we've got a few more songs as well, but
Yeah, but you only released like
yeah,
6.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I think he had 10. He released 10, and then he deleted some. I think I think that's what happened. But
So
yeah, that was chill. Like working with
yeah,
them guys is always chill. Like we'll just make
yeah,
something, and if one of them wants to hop on it, they will think they're good. We'll just send it to them.
exactly.
Me and TDK will we literally send it back the same day.
Yeah,
Emmanuel takes like 2 weeks, so
I
yeah,
mean people work at different paces, so you
yeah,
know.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah, like I've definitely noticed with Manuel's music, it's really refined. Like I can tell, like
It is, it
he
is,
puts so much.
especially now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
like
like
what was his most recent song?
he's improved so much, bro.
Oh my
Like
god, yeah, I
with
feel like Manuel has like
the last few releases.
yeah, I feel like Manuel just like has like, I just feel like he has this crazy potential. Like, what was his newest
Yeah,
song? Let me see.
but his music slaps, bro.
Yeah,
His music slaps.
yeah, he released a song called Keen and Keel, but I was thinking about Out of My Head, like
Mm.
that was about a week ago, but like when I like clicked on that song and like what I like about his music is like like how he draws people in is he takes the chorus then slows it down and like that's the
Yeah, that's
beginning,
sick.
and that I
Yeah,
love that so much. And
yeah,
like I hear people do that at the end of songs, but I've never like he's the only person I know that does that at the beginning,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. Like Emmanuel's sick because like me and TDK kind of make like we don't really make similar music, but we kind of got like a similar attitude.
Yeah,
And Def the Kid literally just does what like his own thing, but and it
yeah,
just sounds so good. So
yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah, like it just yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just something about it. It's fire. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I can.
It's chill, bro. It's just chill music. It's just sick. Like and he sounds good doing it,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
he obviously likes doing it. So yeah, bro.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like yeah, I just mess with it heavy. But anyways,
Hmm.
so uh, I guess like we're kind of coming on close to the end of the interview, but I guess one of the final questions I would say is like I think we kind of covered this earlier, but like where do you want to take your career? Like I don't know, maybe not like a set goal, but like like where do you see yourself like a couple of years down the line? Like where do you want to take this whole
So
music thing?
for me, like I said, I want to make a lot of music, and I want like there's like I have a lot of different influences. Like there's like influence from like metal. There's influence from like cloud rap. There's influence from like all these different places, and I really want to bring that sound together. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I really I want it all to make sense together.
Exactly.
So say 2 years down the line, like I want to have like a definitive sound that has like a lot into it, and I want to have like just a lot of music, like just a lot of good music, bro. Like and a lot of videos. Like I wish I had more videos than I do. Like
Yeah.
I just love having a lot of content. I don't know why. Like
Yeah.
I just like I feel like in the same way that those artists that I'm influenced by, like the same way that you can just get lost in their discographies.
Oh
Like
yeah.
that's what I want it to be like for me. Like I just
Exactly.
want people like so you find my music and you can just go listen for like an hour, just watch videos, just
Yeah.
watch listen to music. Like yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's the aim, bro.
Like
I
that's
don't like lingering on stuff. Like I like moving on to the next thing.
yeah. And like
Yeah,
that's what I like about doing these interviews. Like I'm gonna keep using these interviews as examples for like stuff in my life. But like,
yeah,
like what I like about these interviews is just like, like with my commentaries, it's like a segment of like kind of who I am because it's edited down. I take out all
yeah,
the outtakes and stuff. But with
yeah,
these interviews, it's just raw. There's very little
yeah,
editing.
yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
very little editing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So like, like people just like if they're interested in my content, they can just sit down and watch an interview and like kind of get an idea of like who I am. And
Yeah, exactly.
honestly,
I mean, it's like how we were talking about Mass Gorilla earlier. Like,
exactly.
you
Yeah.
know, like even just the host, like you eventually get invested in the host of interviews. Like, just you
Yeah.
see how they approach certain things, and they're consistent across each interview, and you get respect for them. So yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah, man,
Like that's how I
it's
got
just sick.
exactly. And like that's how like what motivated me like seeing like Adam 22 and like Robert and like people and
Mm,
I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy from Cult Classic, you know.
yeah,
Shout out to Riley. Actually, these guys are from my same state. Shout out to Riley and what Riley and Gordon. That's his name, Gordon. Riley and Gordon from Hive Mind. They're
yo,
the yeah
yo,
yeah those two guys and like the Mars Files. Ham on everything. Like
yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, I remember
That's real
watching.
underground. That's real underground shit.
Yeah, bro, I love Ham on everything.
Yeah,
Like they did an anti-world interview. I got like lost in that one and like the GBC interview.
yeah,
Like
yeah. The GVC and the yeah, yeah.
yeah, yo, have you
Shout out Lil Peep, bro.
Shallow Peep? Art, rest in peace, bro. Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Yo,
rest in peace,
have you ever got into like the Russian underground at all? Like the Russian music?
bro. I mean, the next collab I'm doing, like Grave is Grave by Rush. The dude that made Acid Eyes is Russian, and
Oh
he's put me
yeah,
onto some people.
yeah.
So I want to do some collabs.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
bro. The Rush.
I've
Yeah,
already got like there's two Russian people
yeah.
that I'm collabing with. Yeah, Russians just love this kind of music. I don't know
I
why, but
know.
they do. Like,
Yeah, like it's
so
kind of
yeah,
motivated me
like
to almost like learn the language. Like I'm like
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like I find myself just like trying to learn like a little bit of Russian because like I'm so invested. I've been, like shout out to like Zerachi and
yeah,
like like even though like he's like a straight Lil Pump kind of rip off, Face is really good.
yeah,
Flesh,
yeah,
Oxymoron, uh
yeah.
like
The weird thing, the Russians are like completely like invested in this scene. Like
I know.
a lot of the producers I use are either Japanese or Russian. Like the Russians make the hardest beats, and
Oh
the
yeah.
Russians like the hardest music. Like you go into
Yeah.
any like Ghost Man or Bones or Scarlet, and all the comments are just Russian.
I
Like
know. That's why I'm
and
like
they just love it.
I know that like that's and I got a VK too. Like I got a VK.
Hmm.
And basically just what I do is I just take everything, I throw it in Google Translate and I try to make sense of it. And then
Yeah,
also
yeah.
I
I
found
mean,
myself like
yeah,
I've started to like try to start reading it almost, like learn like what the letters like mean, and it's just
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
And
yeah.
like,
I mean, yeah, not going.
okay, but like but like I've also been taking Chinese for about, I'd say, like 5 years now, I'd say. Um,
That's sick, man.
yeah,
That's
it's
sick.
I basically got forced into it when I was like in sixth grade, when I was like 12 years old, and for some
Yeah,
reason, like I was like one of like the three people out of like the 60 people in my grade, like only like
yeah,
three people I know still continue. I'm like one of those few people, and like
yeah, yeah,
I'm technically like a year ahead of like I'm supposed to be. I would be in Chinese 2 as a sophomore, but I'm finishing up with Chinese 3, and because I did Chinese 1 middle school. But it's like I started watching all these Chinese YouTubers, and it's wild because like I can actually read and understand like some of the stuff
yeah,
they're
yeah,
saying, and it's just like this whole, and it's just like I don't know, like, and I feel like I'm starting to feel like I'm not like I can't understand what they're saying in Russian, but like I'm invested in it, and it's like
yeah,
motivating me
yeah,
to
yeah,
like learn it. Like I downloaded Duolingo like the other day, and I've just been doing it.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm
I
not
mean,
like, yeah. Go ahead.
I'd love to like learn another language. I
Yeah,
was terrible at languages in school, but like
yeah,
to do it by myself, like that'd be
yeah,
cool. Like especially Russian, because like like I said, like a lot of the people I know are
yeah.
Russian. Like the yeah, why you mad got posted on VK on some page and it got
Yeah.
like 10K views after
That's
we dropped the video,
you
which
serious?
was crazy.
That's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
wild.
That was
Yeah,
crazy. Or
like
maybe
Omen.
it was like 8K or 10K. Like
That's
that's what I'm saying. Like that's why the
yeah.
Russians just not know what's up, bro. The Russians know what's
Yeah,
up.
like I almost thought about like posting some of my interviews on VK, but I'm like, wait, they won't be able to understand.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I just
yeah.
wish I could get someone to like subtitle all my videos in Russian and just post them on
Just do like
VK.
like a Russian dub over it or something.
Oh
Just
my
like
god, that would be so like. And I was mentioning, I forgot to mention this earlier, but the reason I brought up the Russian Underground is because this YouTube channel called Fast Food Music, and they have like a go. I don't know if you've seen their stuff, but they have like a Peep interview, a Ghostmate interview, and they have so many
oh damn.
interviews. Like I
Yeah.
want to like they're like shout out to the guy. I think his name is Gone Flood, but he had an interview on there, and I wanted to watch it so bad, and I turned on the YouTube like auto translate, and I couldn't get shit. Like his,
Oh yeah, I think I've seen it actually. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, like
I think
this
I've seen
dude.
like the little Peep one.
Yeah, like the little people one. Yeah, luckily those are in English, so I can actually understand
Yeah.
them. But like,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
so many like like one of the people I really want to interview is Zaraji. Like, if I could get a Zaraji interview, like that'd be insane. But I just don't know how good his English is. So
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like that's what it's like for like Wavy. Like it's hard.
yeah,
Sometimes it's hard to communicate because he's Ukrainian. So like you have
yeah,
to say things in certain ways. And I
yeah,
always think like it'd be better to to the relationship to be able to speak to him in his language instead of
yeah. Like,
expecting him to speak in our language. But
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
man, like that's just one of the things, isn't it?
Yeah, like that's one of the things. Like I feel like the problem is like China is like such a censored country, so like there really isn't
Yeah,
much like an underground. See, the thing is, like the thing is, Omen 13, he got posted on Weibo. I think it was like Weibo or something like that, and
mm,
I think it was either like LED or like Rose's Ashes. I
yeah.
can't remember what song. It got like
They're
40.
both fire.
It got 40
Yeah,
million plays. Like it was insane. He did it,
that's crazy.
and he did a tour in China, and he literally was performing. Like I'll just throw the clip on screen right now if I can find it on Twitter, but
Yeah,
it was like literally thousands of people, like nothing, like not even close to like what you would have in the U.S. Like it is
in the
insane.
U.S., yeah. It
Yeah,
is
because
crazy that.
I know, because like you got to think about it. Like these people, like here's an artist coming out like that they've never, like this is something totally different from like what they would normally see. So like everyone's gonna come through, like that's the same thing
Yeah,
with
yeah,
Russia. Is like it's insane, and I would love to like be able to be a part of that scene, but it's just
yeah.
this language barrier. But
Exactly. I mean, that's just music, innit? Like it's crazy how like you're saying, like Omen 13, like
yeah,
there's
like
people in China that don't even know what he's saying, and they'll
yeah,
still be vibing. Like they'll still
yeah.
just be loving the music.
Like there's this one Face song that I really liked. And I actually looked at the lyrics, and it was this whole like thing, but he was basically just memeing about like I actually found someone who did like a translation, but it was like talking about how he's like gonna take over the American economy. Like it's just like, bro, I could literally be bumping this in public and like no one would know that he.
And no one, yeah, no one
Unless
would
like
know.
some Russian dude came along, like no one would know that I'm bumping music talking about how he's gonna like destroy capitalism or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I was like, honestly, actually, because of that, it just made the song more enjoyable because it was just like it was clearly a joke, like it was clearly a joke, but it was just funny, you know. And like I
yeah.
actually watched the music video, and like once I like had like the English lyrics like with the music video, it just made sense, and it was just, it's and now it's like one of my favorite songs from him because it's just funny, you know. Like
Yeah,
he's just taking
yeah,
the piss out of American culture, and it's just funny, you know. And
yeah,
I just
exactly.
yeah, and like one of the things I feel like what's really depressing about like the American scene is they only like Americans or like people from English speaking countries, but like there's people from like all over the world that are making amazing music, but
Exactly.
you just gotta step over, and that's the thing. That's the thing. Like non-English speaking countries, you know, they'll bump anything. Doesn't matter what language it is. If they like it, they'll bump it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, it's completely different. Like I feel like there is that bit of arrogance with like in the UK, like in the UK, like well, but oh no, you can't listen to US music, you can't make this style of music, and then the same in the US, like the US, like
Oh
they're
yeah,
like, oh yeah, we don't want to listen to UK music, or we
yeah.
don't want to listen to
I've had so
Spanish or
many
whatever.
friends. Yeah, go ahead.
No, no, yeah,
Yeah,
but
I've had so many friends like talk crap about like UK music, and like I'm
yeah,
just
I
like,
mean,
bro, like
I do the same, honestly, but yeah, yeah,
yeah, I mean, it's just, and I don't know, it's just like music can like bridge gaps. Like, doesn't
yeah,
matter. Like it like what I like about music is like it can transcend language. Like that's like
exactly,
it's like
yeah,
one of the few things that can do that. Like text can't do that, speech can't do that, but rhythm and like melodies like that, it can transcend language, and that's insane. You know?
exactly. Like that is literally the perfect way to explain it. Like that. That's just how music reaches people. Like sometimes it doesn't even have to be what they're saying. It can just be like the vibe of the music can really just make a difference to someone. So yeah, like it goes across like cultures and countries and languages. Like
Exactly.
yeah, man, it's
Yeah.
just sick, bro.
Yeah. That's why I've always been trying to invest it in like like foreign scenes is just I feel like and like I feel like the same thing and like how I got into yours with like you guys in Intergalactic is just like even though like similar stuff has happened in the US, like I think it's like mainly like your guys' accents, but like it's just different and like it's almost like kind of like exotic in a way because it's like something
Yeah,
you're not gonna see here in the US, like
thank you, bro. Thank
yeah,
you.
like you're not gonna get British music in the U.S. You're not gonna get You're not gonna get truly American music in the UK. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
it's just
exactly. Yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy stuff. Like influences like that. You know what I'm saying?
bro. We're all just like we're just misfits, bro.
Yeah.
Like all of us in the galactic, like we just have all our different influences, and
Yeah, I
yeah,
totally feel
it's
that.
just
Like the same thing with like with my collective. It's insane. Like
yeah,
it's just like a bunch of guys just chilling. Like yeah, like shout out to everyone. We actually just added like two people yesterday. We actually just
yeah.
added
That's
like
what's
two.
up. That's what's
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, like we're trying to keep it like super like close knit, but like we just added he used to go by Young Heart, but I think he's going by Young Kiyonashi, I think that's his name. He's this dude, he's like from Israel and like his beats are insane. I'll definitely send you his stuff after this interview.
Israel. That's crazy.
I know,
That's
like it was
crazy,
him and
man.
his homie.
That's sick.
I know. And then the other dude, Blake, he's from Texas. And like, we've known these people for like, it's not like we just randomly met them. We're like, oh yeah, you can just come in. Like, no, we've known these people for a long time. And like 1220, my friends 1221 and Wiggy, they go to school with him. So like, they know him and everything. Shout to Sir Donut. We got, yeah, he literally, I mean, I was like, when he came up with that name, I was like, you sure about that? He's like, bro, look at people like Lil Pump, XXX Tentacion. I'm just like, if that's what you like, bro, rock with it. And he's been going crazy. He's
Yeah,
an
bro.
amazing producer. I got Marta Black Cholo, and then it's the six, and then young, young he just came up with this name like yesterday. I'm so used to calling him Youngheart, but Young Kiyonashi, he's in, and then Blake is in Texas, and like it's just. But even though like we got this distance, it's like crazy. Like, and with you guys, you got you and Manuel are in the UK, and then TDK's in Germany, but like
Germany,
we're just all vibing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, bro, exactly. I mean, me and Emmanuel are like different sides of the country anyway. We're like completely on the other side.
Even then,
like
even then, you guys are in the same country. And it's like, yeah. I mean, with me, like I'm over here in the Midwest, and then like in Michigan, and then Blake's over here in Texas. But even then, like I still talk to this dude like all the time.
Yeah.
Just vibe with him, and like it's crazy. Like I never
it's
thought.
It's sick, man.
Yeah,
it's just sick, honestly.
Yeah, like I thought to, get to know someone, like to like really know someone, like you got to meet them in person, but like really know, like obviously you can't know someone truly unless you meet them in person, but like even over the internet, you can still have like a good idea of like who they are and like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's like we were like, all right, we definitely got to add this guy, and he's like this dude, he's like he's like hella spiritual, and like one of the things that really drew me to him is just like his like motivation and his mindset. Like I encourage everyone watching this interview, after this interview, go check out the Blake Clout interview. Like his viewpoints on stuff is crazy. I'm like, I gotta have this dude in my collective. Like this dude, like, we're gonna be going like 10 times harder with him in our collective. Like and he's only been in here for a day, and it's already just like it's a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like
that's sick, man. Yeah,
like
bro.
It's just like I love all my bros, and it's just like I was just like, why don't we just all come together in a collective? And I've had this going for like about a year and a half now, and we haven't really done anything. We've only put like a little bit out, but like even then, like we're just vibing. Like same thing with you guys. Like you're just chilling, bro. Doing what you want. Yeah,
we're just vibing, like
yeah.
That's a perfect way to describe it.
Yeah, exactly. So my last question would be, what is your advice to the underground? Like, what is your advice to people that are just coming up right now?
As in, like, people just starting, or
just starting, like, like maybe they just posted their first track, or maybe just advice in general,
I would say, I would say, if you want to make music to get right, okay. If you want to make music serious, be your own critic, but also be open to feedback. Exactly. And once you create a lane, stay in that lane and figure out how you can improve. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro. Yeah, create a lane. Stay in the lane.
Stay what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and stay true to yourself, bro.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, that's just like what's so important about music, and like we cover that like multiple times throughout this interview. But I mean, I just feel like that's like one of like the repeating themes. Like both you and I feel like just do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, man, that's all there is to it.
Yeah. All right. So I think we're just gonna end off the interview. I don't even know how long this is. I think we're going for like long time, bro. What time is it over there?
It's like 2 a.m. It's just 2 a.m. right now.
It's like, that's wild. We've been going for a long time. But anyways, shout out to everyone still watching right now that have stayed with the interview the entire time. Make sure to go check out Northwestghost. Links for all his music are in the description down below. He just dropped his brand new EP, Out to Reach 2. Make sure to go stream that.
About to drop another one.
Yeah, that's what's up. He's always dropping new music. If you guys want some, just a nice stream of like good music, just make sure to go check him out. Also, make sure to go check the rest of his collective out, Intergalactic. I have an interview with them. Links for that will also be in the description down below. Make sure to go also check out my stuff too. I'll link that in the description down below. And I'll make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on my next interview.
All that pretty shit ain't pretty. Pop his ass cause he thought a nigga would sleep. 4 milli, I'm guessing to reach some fucking millies. But niggas be on niggas. P. Diddy, I'm tryna sin in this game. My goal is reach millions of fans, but don't wanna be a celebrity.